I am also streaming this live on YouTube. Hi, my beautiful YouTube fans, followers, channel. Great to be here. I am live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook. And I am really excited about being here because I just want to answer questions and give you guys some guidance and some feedback and cover anything. I have a lot of questions that actors ask me on a daily basis. Underneath all my YouTube videos, tons and tons and tons of questions. My inbox, even though they shouldn't be there, they're there. So I just want to make sure I take some time to answer some of your questions. So I'm going to be trying to figure out how to do this. If I see questions coming in on Facebook here in the chat, I'll answer them here. And I know hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And on Facebook also, so I have two screens going. I'll answer questions there. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Wendy Alane Wright. I've been a talent manager for many, 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 many years in Hollywood. Before that, I was a talent agent. Before that, I worked as an assistant in a lot of different offices because that is really how you learn about the business side of it. You work in a casting office, you work at a production company, you work inside a TV office. I worked at Fox Television. I worked in soundtracks with Virgin Records. I worked in TV sales at MIPCOM and Fox. I worked at Addis Wexler in Whoopi Goldberg's office. I worked at PR companies. I just want to think of all the things in development, distribution, as a booking agent, music agent, talent manager. Yeah, so I've covered the gamut. I've worked with April Webster in casting. I've worked in a lot of facets of the industry because I love this business. And I can never, ever get enough of it. I swear to God, I'm always reading about it. In fact, these are some books I think you guys should read. If you haven't read them and you want to be an actor, Bryan Cranston, My Life in Pieces, Jenna Fisher, The Actor's Life. This is such a great book and a real detailed explanation of what it really is like to be an actor. And these two books, I think, are kind of staples. Everyone should read them. I'll give you another book by my friend Jason Lockhart called Ask a Talent Agent. Dope. And look how easy it is to work with. It's like there's the question, there's the answer. Question, answer. And that's how his whole book is formatted. Questions and answers. It's so easy. I love this book, and I think you should get it. For those of you who know me, I care very much about actors and about helping actors understand how the business works, develop a business mindset so that every time you approach a situation, you develop it from a perspective that is going to get you respected. That you come at people like a business professional, and that is the only way that they really respond in this business anyway, right? So if you come at people like an amateur, and there are so many new people, of course you won't even know that you're doing that. So that's why I spend a lot of time teaching you how to do that, because I really want you to learn the right approach when you approach agents, the right approach when you approach managers. And when you hear me talking and this triggers something, write a question for you, write it down. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. Great to see you. So what I'm talking about, I'm going to talk for a little while, and then as you start having questions, write them down, and then I will answer them, okay? And I'll spend an hour, 2 hours here, whatever we need to do to get your questions answered. Nothing I'd rather do on a Saturday. I'm serious. Okay. When you approach an agent or manager, they have certain red flags. When they hear certain things, it means red flag to them. And the red flag is too new, too much of an amateur, too green, not ready yet for the opportunities I can provide them. I need to work with professionals who I know if I put in the audition room with casting, they're going to know how to handle themselves. If they show up on set on a job, they're going to know what to do. and they're going to understand the protocol on set and who's who, what's the hierarchy, how things work. They're not going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing on set. So when an actor comes to an agent or manager, we listen to what you say, and that tells us where you fall in the, or let's go this way, not higher or lower, because everyone's the same value in this business. We're all the same human beings, we have the same value, but some people know more than others. They have more education, they have more experience, and they understand things that you maybe don't. Some of you know things that other people don't. So when we talk to you, we've been doing it so long that we can hear by the things that you say where you fall on this level of, I don't know what I'm talking about, to I'm a seasoned expert. Just by your comments, we know exactly where you lie. And when we look at your cover letters, we know exactly where you fall on that. And then when we decide to sign someone, we're making a decision on many, many things. One, talent, obviously. Are you good? Can you act? Are you believable? Do I fall in a trance when I'm watching your work, or am I watching an actor pretend? Okay, so we can tell that within 2 seconds where you're at in your ability to be believable. If we see talent there and we're like, woo, this person has some talent, but the cover letter was so amateuristic, but the talent, oh my God, we might be willing to develop that actor and work with them for a year before we even send them to casting and clean up the mess, like by giving them information, having them do extra work, having them do short films, student films, web series, get on sets, start to create some of your own self-tapes, put yourself on tape, train some more. And then when we think that your business level and your experience level rises a little bit more to meet your talent, and we know if we put you in an audition room, you won't come off like a complete idiot. I say that word loosely. It really means, no, some people are idiots. I can't cover that. Some people are idiots. Okay, but some people are just don't know what they're doing. And with the right training, they do, and then they're brilliant. Okay. I think idiots are kind of like the people who don't know what they're doing, but they're not smart enough to get the help to learn how to do it. Because they're so stubborn, they think they know everything, and they keep plowing through their life doing the same old stupid thing, and the results never change because they're too close-minded or arrogant or egotistical to realize they don't know anything. Now, that's an idiot. That's an idiot. When we could call that in the dictionary, idiot, right? So a smart person goes, I don't know how to do this. Let me learn. How does this work? Okay, I don't know how to edit footage. Let me go on YouTube and watch a bunch of YouTube videos and learn how to edit footage and use iMovie. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Let me ask someone who does. And then let me do it that way. Oh, now I know. See, that's smart. So if we are talking to an artist, we're thinking of signing, and we see idiot qualities, that's a no. If we see someone who's willing to learn and willing to listen, and then when we tell them what they need to do, they do it, and they literally apply what we teach them, and then come back and say, I did that, we can work with someone like that. That makes sense, right? You can work with someone like that. Say you hire a gardener. You go out there and they've chopped up all your daisies, and you go, oh, no. I don't want the daisies chopped. And they go, oh, okay. And they speak English, because there could be a misunderstanding. Most of the gardeners in California are Hispanic, just saying. That's not racist, that's fact. And so you don't want it to be confused with, oh, yes, but they don't really understand you. I'm talking about, they understand what a daisy is, they understand they chopped it wrong, and they say next time it won't happen. And when you come back next week, they've planted new daisies and they stay away from them forever. We can work with that. What we can't work with is we go back out there and the next week they're chopped again. The next week they're chopped again, right? So it's about being teachable. It's about being able to change and grow and learn. And those qualities have got to be in someone new that we're going to sign. We notice whether those kind of people or not, because when managers or agents sign new people, we give them things to do. And we might get them some small auditions. And then if we start to see things like not on time, didn't show up for an audition, didn't respond to a text we sent telling you about an audition, we ask for confirmation, and 18 hours later we get it. those are red flags. Some people will drop you instantly. Other people will speak to you like they did the gardener. Okay, that can't happen. We need to do this, this, this. And then your job is to change. And then we can keep working with you. If you don't change, we drop you, right? I'm giving you the facts. So, great to see all of you. Namaste, namaste, all beings. Namaste, all beings. I'm grateful to be on the planet with you at the same time. And I hope you feel the love from my heart coming out at each and every one of you. I feel blessed to just be in your presence, honestly. So glad to be here. Okay, that being said, a lot of people say, how do I get a developmental manager? How do I get someone to believe in me and give me a chance? You've got to show certain qualities that make us go, I can take a chance on that person. And that I can take a chance is because you were attentive in the conversation. You could sound like you could take direction. They asked you to do something. Go put yourself on tape. Show me what you can do. If I give you an audition tomorrow, I want to see what your self-tape is going to look like. So take these sides, put yourself on tape, and get it back to me by 12 noon. If that tape comes in by 12 noon and it looks professional, if you're smart, you got coached on it so that it does look professional, and you don't try to send in something half-assed, we're like, okay, maybe I'll take a chance on this person. The work was pretty good. They set up their self-tape right. Yeah, I'll take a chance. If the person comes in at 12:30 with their self-tape with, I didn't have time, my dog ate a rabbit, and then I got hit by a truck and I couldn't, No, that's excuses. And that means anytime we send that person to our casting connections, that shit's going to happen there too. So that's a no. So behavior determines a lot of what we're willing to put our relationships on the line for. So understand this. I'm a manager. I'm not managing right now. I'm running the Hollywood Winter Circle Academy. I'm managing, I'm developing 3,000 actors at the same time. Okay. I'm not managing them. I'm not taking commission. I'm developing their package, their career, their mindset, their business strategy, their plan of action. 3,000 people at the same time. If I was managing an actor, there wouldn't be 3,000 people. There'd be 20. And I would work with them very closely, those 20. And I would, in my company, in every manager's company, we kind of divided up between actors that are working already, because those people are going to pay the bills. They're going to pay the breakdowns, pay the office, the lights, and actors and agents too. We're going to rep people that are already working and get them more opportunities and give them more, connections and introduce them to people. And then we're going to have a fraction of our roster that's developmental. That means they haven't done any network television yet. They probably did a bunch of student films, short films, web series, maybe some commercials, but they've not done network TV. The big nut. That's where the big bucks come from. That's where the series regular $40,000 a week salaries come from. That's where you become a well-known commodity and you start getting those $1 million Levi jeans ads. So the big nut in Hollywood is the series regular role. Everybody wants it. All right, so we sign actors that are already working at the guest star and co-star level. Maybe they've done some series regular, they're recurring, because we want to work with them and get them to that series regular point. We will take on brand new people who haven't gotten guest stars or co-stars yet if we think they're super talented, and if they come at us professionally, and if they do what we ask, and if they show up when they say they will. We will take a spot on our precious roster and dedicate it to someone who has potential. But they show up really ready to play the game. They don't come with excuses and bunch of bullshit. They're constantly taking acting classes. They take casting director workshops. Yes, I said it. They do. Those are fantastic to take, and we can talk about the importance of those later. They are always training. They're always learning new skills. When you ask them what they've been doing, they say, they don't say, I don't know. I've been waiting around for auditions. They say, I've been learning Japanese. I've been learning Spanish. I can now do a Southern accent and a British accent. I learned how to play basketball, and now I jet ski. I mean, they're busy making themselves more marketable. Make sense? These are people that are really running towards success, running towards success. And then you have some people that say, I want to be an actor, but they're crawling around saying they want to be an actor like a snail. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, we don't want those people. Those people are never going to make us money as managers and agents. They're not going to be good business partners. They don't have initiative, and we're not out there to drag people to their own success. Okay, that's not what managers do. Managers say, you better be running towards your success, and we will share our knowledge, information, and contacts with you, and together we'll get there. But you have to be running, okay? Not hopping, not crawling, running like your life depends on it, because guess what? Your life depends on it. If you don't know that, then you don't get it. So that being said, I am funny, Bianca. It's true. Good morning and namaste to all. A manager, even though I'm not managing right now, let's say it doesn't even matter whether I am or I'm not. I have a massive amount of connections, okay? When I'm managing, I might have 30, 40 clients, 20 clients, 30. They're all signed to different agencies. I have relationships with every one of those clients' agents. Does that make sense? So if you have 40 actors on your roster and all 40 of them have a different agent, you have 40 relationships that you're working on with 40 different agents. So you go to a manager, can you get me an agent? Of course they can. They have a large plethora of agents they're working with right now. But let's also include the last 5 years. What about all the other clients you've represented over the last 5 years? You had agents for each of those clients too. And you maintain those relationships. When you have someone that's right for them, you go back and say, I think I have someone that's right for you. So an agent has tons of managers they're relationships with, and managers have tons of agencies that they have relationships with. And we cultivate those because honestly, those relationships last longer than most of the actors we work with exception. But there are exceptions. Some actors stick around long enough to have a long-term relationship. Jack Nicholson's been with his agent, Sandy Bressler, through the entire duration of his career. He never hopped to ICM or CAA or William Morris. He's been with Sandy Bressler the whole time. Okay, but a lot of times actors hop. I think there's a better opportunity here. I think there's a better opportunity here. And so many of them get lost that way, because when you find someone who really, really likes you, really gets your talent, and is behind you 1,000%, is getting you auditions, is getting you in the door, and you're building something, stay right there. You have momentum. It's working. Don't break something that's not broken. That's my thought. A couple other things I'll say. Good morning, everybody. A couple other things I'll say is don't bother your agent or manager if you have one with questions you can look up here in Tmfa. Use the search bar. Remember their birthdays. Stay in touch with them. If you do leave, do not burn bridges. Okay, we literally have a private chat between 150 agents and managers. And if you are an asshole, we're probably going to be mentioning it at our next lunch. Okay, so I have so much I can teach you. There's so much that I know. There are so many other people I like to refer you to. My deepest passion is that you will be successful. When I was a kid, I dreamed of being a singer. I had massive stage fright. So for those of you who don't know me, I could not sing in front of other human beings. Can I now? Yes, I can. I can sing in front of anyone now. But when I was a kid, I could not. And I used to hide in my room and sing with my door shut. And I wouldn't let anyone hear me because I was scared of people going to make fun of me. So I would sing in my closet, in my room, with my 45s. You know what I'm saying? Play my music and sing my songs. And occasionally I get brave enough to open my door a little bit. Someone might hear me from the living room. Okay, nope, close it. Too scared. But I wanted to be a professional singer, and I saw myself on TV, on stages. I saw myself in a big auditorium singing, making music on records, and I saw myself looking at these and seeing my name on it. That was my dream. I had it since I was a little girl. I had no idea how to get there. But all I wanted to do was be on one of these. I will start to cry because I love myself and I love that dream and I love every one of you that have it. I used to look at RCA, BMG, Motown, and I said, I'm going to be on one of these. I want to be on these. And I didn't know how to get there, and I didn't have a me. I didn't have a me. I didn't have a Tmfa. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I could just go watch everything and go watch. How does a singer make it? How does the singer become, in my idea of success? Joseph, you only do this for followers. What a joke. Joseph, I know I'm supposed to rise to a higher level, but I'll say fuck you and leave this channel if you don't like the things I'm doing to be helpful. I don't know if you're being mean to me, but no, I don't tolerate that, my friend. I spend too much time in here helping people for absolutely free, and I'm streaming live on YouTube, helping thousands of people. I have 100,000 people on my channel, and I don't see me collecting money for any of this. So you are telling me that I'm a joke and I only do this for followers. I'm removing you and blocking you from the TMFA, and I hope that your shoelaces never tie. That's the worst I wish on you. That every time you try to tie your shoelace, they undo. Okay, goodbye. Now, he's been blocked and goodbye and blocked from the group. Now, I don't understand what's wrong with people like that, but let's not digress. So I was in my bedroom. I remember purple rug, purple bookshelf with orange and pink stripes, and me on the floor with my 45 player and singing my heart out to Barry White and Michael Jackson and all of the songs, and I just singing, and I'd sing in my room with my brush, and I'd sing everything. And I saw myself as a star on TV singing, in audience, in big arenas singing in records, and I was shit terrified of singing in front of people. Now, I didn't have a Wendy. There was nobody to take me by the hand and help me through that process. But I was, the inside of me was so determined to do that, I didn't need a push. Do you understand me? I am self-driven. I had an engine in my, I was born with it, and I was going to be a singer. Nobody in my family knew I wanted that dream because I never told anybody. After high school, I would put I hope your shoelaces never tie. That's it. I would put my record on my record player, I'm telling you the story because it's important. Put my record player, put the needle on, you know what I'm saying. Get my tape recorder, put in my cassette, hit play and record and my record. And I would sing to this record, over record, hearing it. Am I singing every single note exactly as they sung it? When they went, ah, did I do, ah, or did I do it off key? They're breathy in the beginning of the sentence. Was I? They're holding a very long, it's like Tina Marie, and what's that song? Tina Marie, love and lose them. That's what I used to do. You use and abuse them. Oh, you got to learn every note, every run. And then when you can sing it exactly like the record, you move on to the next song. That could take hours of practice. No one's asking me to practice, forcing me to practice. If you have to tell an actor, go work on a monologue, go work on a monologue, go work with other actors in between, go practice. If people have to tell you that, you don't want it bad enough. You have to want this from inside your soul to the depth of your core. You can't even imagine not doing it. There is no other thing you're going to do. Like, get it, okay? Get that that's the kind of people that work in this business. So I was young. I couldn't sing in front of people. I joined a theater. I could act on stage. My mom put me in theater because she knew I was creative, but I didn't tell her I wanted to be an actor. I no envision for that. I could stand on stage with groups of people, but I could not stand alone in front of the stage and sing. Too much possibility of being bullied, criticized, laughed at. Oh no, I couldn't. I physically, literally couldn't do it. I would get fear. I would get paralyzed. My stomach would go into knots. I would start to panic and I would say no. And I would leave whatever space someone had asked me to do anything in. Nope. And I got to go. So the answer to all opportunities that came my way were no, no, because fear was in charge of my life. Now, underneath it was this pull, this desire of pushing me to become a singer. But fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of not being accepted was holding me back. Now, the difference between idiots, like I told you before, because everything I say ties in, is an idiot just continues doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. That's called insanity. But somebody who's smart and really wants to get where they're going is going to figure out, okay, how do I break through my own barriers? How do I get past my own fear, my own shortcoming, whatever is inside me that's blocking me from my destiny? The only person that can remove what's blocking me from my destiny is me. So I got to do it. And I'm going to do it. So I'm going to face my fear. I'm going to stand up and feel the fear. And I'm going to do it anyways, because my goal is here. And that fear is in me because I was bullied as a kid, you know, whatever situations, maybe your parents said things, maybe some terrible tragedy happened to you, whatever happened to you in your life, somewhere a voice creeped in that makes you doubt yourself. Everybody has it, but some people's volume gets turned loud, really loud on that, right? Can I get an amen? You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's born with that voice inside that goes, oh, maybe you can't do it. No, don't try. You're probably going to fail. Yeah, don't even bother. You know what? You'll never make it. Okay, that voice is inside everybody, but some people it's turned up really loud. And the only way to become what you're meant to be is if you turn the volume down yourself. Now, how do you turn that volume down? Sometimes you might read a good book. You read a book like this, and that turns the volume down a little bit. Well, maybe if she can do it, maybe I have turn it down a little bit. And you read a book like this. I don't know how this business works. I have no idea. I'll probably get lost. I won't make it. I'll lose all my money. I'll get taken advantage of, scammed. Nobody believes in me. It's too hard. Too many other actors are doing it. Everybody fails. La, 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 la. Oh, this makes it a little clearer. Let me turn it down a little bit. I maybe there's a chance for me. Okay, that's one way. You read blogs, podcasts, you take courses, you take acting classes, you read some books. You still have to turn this volume down more. So here's my deal. I always tell stories because when you can visualize it and think about what I'm saying, okay? I needed to turn my volume down because I couldn't stand in front of a group and pretend to sing, let alone open my mouth and let any sound out. So my friend told me about a seminar called Insight Seminars. They have them in Santa Monica, California still, Insight Seminars. I've done that thing 4 times. Twice in Boston and twice in LA. I do it with every husband I'm married to too, because they need to make sure they do it so we can communicate on the same page. Now, it's about loving yourself and loving other people, being open to human beings, and being authentically you. Authentically you. And getting out of your own way, which is what I needed to do to become a singer on one of these, and I was not even willing to stand in front of anyone and sing. So this journey into releasing my inner self took 10 years, okay? 10 years of working always on that goal, releasing my inner self until I felt free, 100% free with no blocks. That was my goal. So I did Insight Seminar, and there was an exercise that they broke everybody off into groups. And I love group coaching and all that stuff. That's why I do a lot of it in Winner Circle. I love group coaching. They changed my life. I went in that session, and they had all of us say, one by one, get up and stand in the center of the circle and act out what you want to be in life, which you really, really desire. That means I had to stand up with 20 people around me and with a microphone pretend sing. That terrified me. But I did it. And I didn't do it comfortably. And I didn't do it joyfully or free, but I did it. I did it terrified. And that turned the volume down a little bit. You guys with me? Then I did a seminar called Women, Sex, and Power, Sterling Institute in New York. A friend of mine said, you have to do this. And I didn't have money back then. I didn't have I was broke, as I was a broke kid in college. My friend put it on her credit card. It was $900 to do a weekend seminar. I was like 21. And I was like, I did it. And in there, I learned some things about what makes me amazing as a human being and as a woman. Volume down a little bit more. I did a communication seminar, and one of the things they taught me, I love you too, Dory. One of the things they taught me is, I'm glad you're crying today, Rebecca, because yes, I'm glad that you needed this right here. We all need this every day. We all need this every day, right? Feed yourself. So I did this communication seminar where it taught me how to really communicate authentically and honestly, not people pleasing, not what I think people want to hear, but my genuine, authentic truth. For me, and to own my power, and to say yes to opportunities. This was a huge thing that came out of this forum. Say yes to opportunities, because before that I told you I said no. So my volume went down a little bit more. Okay, so I'm slowly, now we're about 2 years into this, and I'm turning my volume down. I'm going through the mall, and there's a karaoke booth. I worked at Macy's. I'm in college. There's a karaoke booth. They set up like a kiosk. And I was like, oh my God. I'm going in there. And there's one man, an engineer in that room. That's the only person that ever heard me sing. I don't know why that makes me cry, but I feel my feelings. The only person in my life that ever heard me sing. And I would go in that booth and close that door and sing my heart out. And he would put what I did on cassette, and he'd give them to me when I leave. And those were so precious to me. I still have them. I never told anyone yet. No, my dad didn't know I could sing. My parents didn't know I could sing. My friends, well, they had heard me in the car, but nobody really heard me stand there and just sing a song from head to toe. Because we always sang as a group, for fun in the car, listening to music on the radio, but not me performing. No. So that guy in that booth said to me one day, I'm putting on a concert at the Pantages Theater in the Schubert Theater in New Haven. I'm producing a concert. He had all kinds of people coming. And thank you. And he said, I'm inviting a couple of the best singers that we have here in this booth to sing in this contest and competition or whatever. I would like you to join me and sing. And I had just done the forum, and thank God, because my answer to him would have been no. But I was taught in that seminar that even if I'm afraid, I say yes. So I said yes. Yes is the key that changes everything. So the night of this event, I'm going to sing an Anita Baker song because that's my girl. My dad came. He's never seen me sing in my life. Ashford and Simpson are there. I mean, people I grew up on the radio. There's a huge show. The mayor is emceeing it. There's all kinds of people, and I'm in backstage. a nervous wreck, literally anxiety attack. They could have just like knocked me over the head and passed me out because I didn't know how I was going to get through it. And I've told the story on YouTube, and I'm telling you now, I bent over in a chair and rocked and felt so sick and scared. And the mayor sat next to me and rubbed my back, and he said, "You are going to be okay. You are going to be okay. You can do this." I didn't quit, because winners don't quit. Winners force themselves through that shit and do it anyway. I forced myself to do it. I did not feel free and 100% me on that stage yet. That came later. I felt scared. I was excited. I sang Anita Baker, who I love, but I could not hardly move on stage. I could not express emotion. I couldn't use my arms. I couldn't walk the stage. I could just stand there and sing. And I had a good voice, so of course I sounded good, but I could not perform. I couldn't move my body. I was too tight with fear, but I did it. Do you know what I'm saying? I did it. And I got off that stage, and then I watched some other girl sing an Anita Baker song, but she was further ahead than me. She was using her arms and expressing herself, and she was fully in it. And I was like, one day. But that day was a huge win for me. And I did it. And I looked beautiful, and I sang beautifully. And then I went down into the audience afterwards, and my dad came up to me and he said, "Wendy, when did you start singing?" Mind you, I was 21. That's how well I hid my dreams from people, because I was scared. "Wendy, when did you start singing?" I said, "I've always sing." "Well, Wendy, it looks like you belong up there." My volume came down a little bit more. My dad said, "Looks like I belong up there." That meant everything. I cry. But you know me, I cry when I tell stories. So I'm walking out of the Schubert Theater, and these couple old women behind me looked at me and pointed and said, "Oh, she was good too." Because you know I didn't win, of course. But, "Oh, she was good too." Volume down a little bit more. A little bit more. I enrolled in college in voice class. That was my next step. I'd never taken a voice lesson in my life. I taught myself how to sing by practicing 6 hours a day for 10 years. Every day I came home from school with my babysitter, I was in my room singing, all the way through junior high, all the way through high school, and in college. I sang every day, sang recorded, practice recorded, sang recorded. That's what I did in my free time, and then went out drinking at night. Say no more. That's it. So by the time I went to college, I signed up for my very first voice class. I was terrified as shit because they did it like this. Here's a song you're going to work on, and you are going to sing it in front of the class on Friday, and we're going to give you feedback. Oh my God, help me in life. But I had done the Insight seminar, the forum, the communication seminar. I'd sang live in that thing. I'd been practicing for years. I got a feedback nice from my dad and nice from that nice lady who said I was good too. Those two ladies. Okay, I felt fear. At the end of my singing, they all handed me their little notes. And there were like 15 notes in my hand. Beautiful voice. Incredible voice. She sounds like an angel. Probably were all positive. Now, some of them could have been negative, but that wasn't going to stop me from what I'm doing. Because I've been called negative things. You see what happens. Somebody pops up and calls me an idiot right here in the middle of my teaching and giving of my heart, time, and soul. So there are always going to be someone who's got something negative to say. Now, you got to just tell them to fuck off and move on with your merry life. Some of them were, good voice. Some of them were great voice. Some of them were beautiful voice. Okay, what is it? Is it great, good, beautiful? Doesn't matter. My job is to show up in front of that class and do what I need to do, which is overcome my fear and do it anyways. Then, and say yes to opportunities. My semester of college ended, and my friend Kathy was driving out to Los Angeles and asked if I would drive with her. I drove with Kathy out to Los Angeles, and when I got here, I said, I'm staying because I'm going to become a singer. And I'm ready to try. But I was 23. I didn't have anybody holding my hand through this from 10 years old to 23. I forced myself through it. And that's why I'm telling you guys, you got to have the motor in your own career. You got to want this more than anything else in life. Nobody should be pulling you to your success. You should be to your success, and people are coming with you, right? So I get to LA, and when I got here, the woman that I met, the apartment that I took over, my friend and I, Kathy, we took over this girl's apartment. She was going back to wherever she came from because she gave up on whatever she was doing. And so we moved into her studio apartment. We had nothing. And the girl also left her job. And she said, you know, my job, he might hire you because he's losing me. And it was an assistant in a public relations office. I went down to meet him. He hired me, and I was in the business, on the business end of it, right? Who do we represent? Keith David, Elizabeth Pena, Andrea Evans, who was on One Life to Live the week before when I was in college, or All My Children. Anthony Quinn's kids, Francesca and Lorenzo, Fred Ward. These are the biggest artists I've ever met, and I worked in publicity. So now I'm going to all the award shows, the VH1 Awards, Emmy Awards, Oscar Awards, the Oscar parties, the Governor's Ball, all the parties, everything. I'm surrounded by Hollywood, and it was exciting, and I was so happy to be there. And I was singing in the bank, in line, and the teller heard me singing. And when I got up there, he said, hey, you sing? And I said, yeah. And he goes, do you want to come to my studio and sing some songs? Now, if this had been before I worked on myself, my answer would have been what? No. But I've been turning the dial down little by little of my fear. So my answer was yes. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anything. I just said yes. And then he said, here's the address. He gave me the address on Vine Street, Hollywood and Vine. It's Capitol Records building. He's a producer, and he has a studio. He's over in the Capitol Records studio producing a song. I get there. I lay some vocals down for him. Am I scared? Yes, I'm scared. I'm scared. I was so scared I threw the mic stand. I'm surprised they even brought me back, but I was so damn talented. I'm serious. I can sing my ass off. I threw the mic stand. I was so scared. They asked me to do some runs. I'd never done that. It was scary, but they asked me to come back and finish the song, which I did. That song was played for a producer in Europe, and he said, I want to fly her here to Amsterdam and have her come in the studio and put vocals on this song. All of a sudden, I get a call. They're going to ask me to go to Amsterdam and pay my ticket, pay my hotel. I'm going to go to Europe. For the first time in my life, I had to get a passport, and I'm 24. No, it was 23, September. It was 23. It was October. It was October, and I was 23 years old. I flew to Amsterdam. I went in the studio. I recorded the vocals because I said yes. And then turning my volume down every day of my life. More confidence, more belief in myself. Take that chance. Do it anyway. If you feel the fear, do it anyway. There's no overnight success to turning that volume down. You slowly keep turning it down because you're committed to turning it down because your life depends on it. And the emergence of your true self depends on it. The emergence of your full confidence depends on it, right? So, are you with me? Because this is my story. And I'll answer your questions, but I think this is important for you to understand. Every artist here is afraid of being themselves. You're afraid that you're not what they want. You're trying to figure out how to give them what they want instead of how to be freely you. Freely you. You're afraid you won't make it. You're afraid you're not good enough. You don't know how you're going to make it happen. I know, because I have been an artist my whole life. I know how you think, which is why I'm helping you, because I overcame all of that, and so can you. Okay? Freely you. Freely you. That's the key. That's what you want to be. Completely free. Okay? Takes years. It takes time. It takes choice. It takes effort. It takes work. You don't become freely you by osmosis. You got to choose that as a path and then strive in it every day and live it. And when it's hard, you keep pushing yourself. That's how you get there. So I get to Amsterdam. I sing one song on this album. And now I'm freaked out because the record label is going to come listen to it. There's people listening. Jesus Christ. I felt like you could put a bag over my head. Oh, because I'm going to be judged. But I turned it down enough to sing it, didn't I? I turned that fear down enough to sing it and put my vocals on that record. I turned my fear down enough to get on that plane and go to Amsterdam and go in that studio and record that song and work with those people I didn't know in a language I didn't speak. But I turned that fear down enough to do that. I go hide in the other side of the house. They're listening to that song. They come in and say, Wendy, come on out here. Oh my God, the pit in my stomach. We love your voice. Would you be willing to sing on 8 more tracks on this album and join this group? Because it's 2 female rappers and we need a singer to sing the lead choruses. And this was before TLC. 2 female rappers. They were real cool. We were all in our 20s and they wanted a lead vocalist to sing all the hooks and all of the choruses. And I said, yes, right? Because that's what we say in this business. When opportunity arises, we say yes. If we've learned to turn that volume down enough on our fear, self-doubt, worry, and oh my God, I'm never going to make it. I'm not good enough. Turn that down enough because you've got to say yes. That's the only place opportunities and success comes from. So I said yes. The first song, the first single on that record was a top 20 hit. First single I ever put out, top 20 hit. Germany, France, Holland, Belgium, Greece. We're traveling all over Europe singing that song. Now I got to combat more fear, or confront more fear, overcome more fear. I've never shot music videos in front of a whole crew of people. They were for MTV, BET, VH1. All these people on set. I'm going to do it. Because I say yes in my volume and turn it down some more. I got a gig live television in France. You got RTL, you got all Germany, and you got all these different shows you got to do live. Never did that before. Yes, I can. Yes is my keyword. I should tattoo it across my head. Yes is my answer. I get to the French television station, right? There's thousands of people in the audience. Thousands of people. I never sung for thousands of people. I wanted to sing in front of thousands of people, didn't I? I wanted to sing on these, and I wanted to sing for thousands of people. And there I was in Amsterdam. I was in Paris. First time I ever went to Paris. You know how exciting that was? With the record label, with your band, with your A&R people, at a venue you're going to go perform at. I was living my dream. My dream was never, I want to be Whitney Houston. My dream was I want to be free. I want to stand on stage and sing with no fear. I want to be free to give everything I am and to share every ounce of my creativity and talent with the world with no fucking fear. That was my dream. And I want to put it on these. So I did. I sang in front of all those thousands of people. We won a whole bunch of awards. All 3 of our next singles were hits. And I traveled all around the world singing songs. And then I came to Miami to present awards. Now you're on the stage presenting awards. Because when you have a hit record, you're presenting the awards now. And you sing at these things where radio DJs come and listen to people singing songs. And they decide who who they're going to play on the radio station. And you go to all these record stations and you meet all the DJs and that stuff. And in that, that night at the Winter Music Conference in Florida, this woman who had the #1 hit record at the time in the world, Crystal Waters, she came up to me after I sang. And let me tell you, I sang on that show. Let me tell you, this was the first night of my life. I was on stage. I was 100% free. I was 100% free. I wasn't in my head. I was fully connected to the music. I sang from my heart, my soul, my life. Sang without worry. I sang without judgment. I sang because I love to sing. It was the best feeling of my life. And I want that for every single one of you. That's my dedication. That's why I get up every day and do this. That's the reason, because I know what that feels like, to get to the point where you are 100% free and you're just in your talent and not in your head, and you are just giving it everything you got, and it's fucking brilliant. I've had many years of that experience now. Took a lot of work to get to that. And that girl who had that #1 song came up to me afterwards and she said, "My manager wants to meet you." After she saw me sing. And here's my manager's card. When you are living in your purpose and you are fully present to your full authentic self and you are doing what you're created to do, people come to you and give you opportunities. You don't have to chase everything down. When you are living in your fullness, they come to you and say, "Here's my card. Can you please call me?" So I hope that you understand the reason for this story this morning is to tell you that anybody is capable of becoming anything you want to be. Anything. And I'm not talking about impossible things like sprout a pair of wings tonight and fly to the moon without an oxygen mask. I'm not talking about shit like that. I'm talking about your dream. You want to be on a TV show. Well, why not? There's TV shows. You're an actor. You can do that. You want to be a doctor? There's med school. Go do that. You want to be a singer? Do what I'm talking about and go sing. This is not a biological impossibility. Okay, you're not going to grow 100 feet overnight. So I'm not talking about fantasy goals. I'm talking about real goals. Overcoming your own fear. That's a real goal, and you can do it. Becoming confident in who you are so that nothing can stop you. Nobody takes you down. You can stay on track, and every time you perform your gift, whatever it's acting or singing or writing or stand up, directing, producing, any place where you have to put yourself out there, that you do it not only with freedom, but joy. Do you know that night I was singing and I felt completely free, 100% for that very first time? I felt such elation. It was so completely high, so completely happy and free. Wow. And I've experienced that. That's how I sing now. That's 30 years past that experience. And that's my experience now, because I worked to get there. I'm teaching you, what I'm telling you here is, wherever you are right now, wherever you want to be, you can be there. There's no secret magic bullet to this business. There's no overnight success. There's no, I'm going to get an agent, have a career. There's no, I'm going to get discovered tomorrow and be on a series. There's nothing like that. You have a goal, a dream inside you. If it's burning louder than any other voice, you will be willing to do the work it takes to get out of your own way. That's the reality, right? You've got the dream here. Then your humanity is in the way. Most people, I'm afraid, I don't know what to do, what they might not like, and it comes out in the audition room. What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not good enough? Do they like what I did? All this. Okay, you have to shut that voice down to a volume that does not interfere with your process. And sometimes if we work really hard, we can shut it down completely. Not even there. That's when we're fully connected to the art, to the work. It's a glorious experience. I want it for each of you. Okay. But at this point in your life, if I said to you, get out a piece of paper, pencil, and write down everything you're afraid of about achieving your goals. In fact, let's do that, or let's do it as an exercise right now. Get your piece of paper out and write down what scares you, what you're afraid of. We'll take a minute. Let me think. And every level you get to, there's another set of things you're afraid of. So when you become like a working actor and then they make you a series regular, now you're responsible for being number one on the call sheet and everything falls on you. There's a little more fear, and then, you're always going to be removing that fear. You're always going to be turning down the dial. So at the point in my life, in my career where things are great, I have a hugely successful business. I have a wonderful place I live. I drive a beautiful Mercedes. And I thank God I have my health. My parents are both still alive. I have every material thing I could ever want. Everything in my life is great. I have great friends. Okay. I strive to do even bigger things. As soon as you go beyond where you're comfortable and strive to do the next big thing, more fear comes in. Oh, maybe I'm not. And then you got to turn the volume down. Every level, the volume goes in, you turn it down. Right. So wherever you are in your career, I promise you, your mind is fucking with you. Okay. Because that's what it does. So you're writing, I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of going broke. I'm afraid of not reaching my destination. I understand that. Tell me what your fears are. Let's write them. Let's be honest. Thank you for being authentic and open. I appreciate that. Whatever your fears are, you have to overcome them. That's the journey of becoming a working actor. Afraid of not trying. Afraid of working so hard and suddenly I'm in my 70s with no passionate career. Afraid they're too old. Afraid of people making fun of you. I get all these. Afraid of not being my own definition of success. Yes. Afraid of not achieving what I want. Yes. I understand all these. Yes. Afraid I don't belong. Afraid I let my fears get the best of me and now I'm too old. Afraid of being broken, being a failure to everyone. Wow, I hear you. I'm afraid of having no talent. These are all stories that you're telling yourself. These are stories that we tell ourselves. Afraid I might not have what it takes. Afraid of being taken advantage by other people. Afraid I started too late. These are stories. They're all stories. You're telling yourself a different story and someone else's story. Some people are telling themselves, and it's just a story. It's not reality. It's not reality. It's not real. It's not reality. It's just a story that you have told yourself. Because you all don't have the exact same story. You have different stories. Some of them are afraid no one will like them. Somebody's afraid to be broke. Someone's afraid they started too late. Someone's afraid they aren't talented. Someone's afraid they'll be made fun of. These are all just stories you're telling yourselves. They're just stories, but you're giving them energy. These are sentences that you write on a piece of paper, and then you're giving them energy. You could put different words on a piece of paper and give those energy instead. Okay, so let's take one. Afraid no one will like me. If that's something you're afraid of, you'll wear it like this through your whole life. Everywhere you go. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. You're going to give this energy, and everywhere you go, you're afraid people won't like you. This is your story that you told yourself. It's not real. It's not real. It's just a fear. Fears are fantasy expectations appearing real. It's not real. It's not really happening to you. Like there's nobody sitting right next to you right now, 85 people. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. It's a fear. Okay. What we do with fear is we either let it rule our lives or we learn to turn it down and get out of the way. If you carry this fear along with you, you will create a life with this as the foundation, and everything you do will come from this place. And as you will get just as far as this allows you to go. The power of being a human being is you can choose which thoughts to give energy and power to and time to, and which thoughts not to. Okay, that's the power of choice. How do people become successful? I had a fear. My fear was fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear people won't like me. What did I do with that fear? I chose to overcome it. I'm not allowing that to define my life. My goals are too big for that fear. My dreams, this and this cannot exist in the same place. This got to go. I got to turn this one down so I can have this one. But I have to turn it down because it's in here. It's not out there. It's in here. It's a story I told myself because of something that happened when I was a kid, something someone said to me when I was young, some belief I made, something I didn't like that made me feel bad, that people didn't like me. Maybe someone said, I don't like you. Whatever it is, I took that sentence and made it a truth for me, but it's just a sentence that you've given energy to. Okay, now what do we do? How do we get rid of these things? You're welcome, Dory. What we're going to do is we're going to say, we're changing that sentence. People like and appreciate me. People like and appreciate me. People like and appreciate me. Afraid no one will like me. These are two opposite thoughts. Whichever one you give power to will determine your life. And you are the one choosing which one to give power to. That doesn't happen by accident. Okay? I'm waking you up right now to the reality that you have a choice. You can never again say you didn't know you had a choice. You have a choice. Which one do you feed? You know this one's not going to turn out too well. This one, anything could happen. This one has light. This one has fun. This one is powerful. This one's surrounded with love. There's two things in life, right? Love and fear. Love and fear. Those are the two emotions that drive everything else in your life. Love and fear. And every day in our life, we're choosing between the two. That's the experience of being a human being. That is what it means to be a human being. You have a spiritual experience in this physical body where you're put into a situation where you choose between love and fear on a daily basis. Love and fear, love and fear. Now, some people will call it God and the devil. Whatever, it's love and fear, okay? Whichever one of these is driving your life will determine the quality of your life, the quality of your relationships, the quality of your friendships, your career, the money in your bank, your health, your every single thing about you is determined by whether you're choosing to pour into love or fear. Hear me. That being said, I choose love. I'm not going with this one. This one doesn't lead me where I want to go, and I promise you won't lead you where you want to go either. Now, there's no bad or good or right or wrong. In this life, you're put here to have this experience of choosing. That's the whole reason you're born. You are, I won't get too spiritual, get too deep with you, but you're created to actually have this experience, to be in the situation on this planet, living in this body temporarily, to choose between love and fear. That is the purpose of your life. Now, the times you choose fear, don't beat yourself up over it. You can choose love anytime. You have to first be aware that you're here to choose between these two things, that in every situation that comes up, you're choosing between these two things. When someone is an asshole to you, listen, I didn't choose this. I could have really gone off on that guy. You know me. I just said, you're an idiot. I hope your shoes don't tie. Goodbye. Some people can take that to the complete level of fear and everything that goes with fear, offended, angry, resentful, every negative quality that falls under fear, that can end in murder, right? People kill each other when they're too far over in this category here. If they're too far in fear, they have wars. Fear you might take my land. Fear you have a different opinion than I do. Fear that you have a different religion. I'm not familiar with that. You got to go. That can cause mass genocide. Fear of those people aren't as good as we are. We can't let them run we need to get rid of those Jews. They're not roof. Fear of the Jews, fear that they're a subservient, fear will probably, it could destroy the whole planet if people don't get a hold of this. Love, on the other hand, creates life, creates joy, peace, harmony, happiness, well-being in the body, in your mind, in your heart, in your relationships. That's what love, kindness, love, peace, that's over here. And the human experience is about every day, sometimes every moment, choosing between them. And is there a right or wrong? No. It's not right or wrong, right or wrong. It is. It is what it is. This is how life is. This is the creation that we're in. And either you are moving closer to this every day, or you're moving closer to this every day, or you're bouncing back and forth between them. But the goal of evolving as a human being is to become this at some point at all times. Now, we not many people master this. Okay, Jesus, Gandhi, the Buddha, Muhammad, people like, there are some Mother Teresa, we associate Martin Luther King, people like that, people who come from love in the face of everything. And we consider those the most revered human beings on the planet. You know what I mean? We revere those people. When everyone says, oh, I'm not Gandhi, or, you need to be more like Buddha, you need to be like Jesus Christ, we associate those people who are being fully in love, in full connection to love. Every choice comes from love. Every sound they make comes from love. Every action they take comes from love. They are coming from love. They're vibrating at love, and they're demonstrating that for the whole planet. And we gauge our own experience by how close to this do we become, or how close to this do we become. The people in jail, the people killing people, the people who do all kinds of terrible things to each other, they're over here. It's just a choice. So my question to you is, what's your choice? Which one? Take all of those sentences that stem over here in fear, every single thing you think, write it on a piece of paper. Get it out of your head and on this paper. Look at it, see it, be aware of it. It's all stories you told yourself. It's not true at all. It's just fear. It's fears that you are telling yourself. And if you tell yourself over and over and over and over and over, you'll live in that. Is it right or wrong? No, it is. It is what it is, because you can make that choice, a different choice any second of every day. So you'll live in this place. Now, how about we don't tell this to ourselves anymore? No more telling ourselves this, no. Instead, let's make this list of all the things of light, of love in our hearts, of love in our life, the things that we enjoy, appreciate, things that are good about us, that are good about the world, good about other people, things that we are not afraid of, things that we believe in, that we want to achieve. And we stay on this side of the page. Don't even look at that anymore. You look at it to know it exists, but then we feed this. Okay, it's like having a plant and two pitchers. One has water and one has poison. One has poison. When you pour it on that plant, it dies. Slowly dies and dies and dies. One has water. When you pour it on there, it lives and grows and grows and grows. You're holding both pitchers, and you're the frickin' tree. And now, every minute of the day, which one are you pouring on you? That's your choice. Nobody else is going to do it for you. This is all about you now. So what I do in my life is I choose to come from love. Don't think you do that perfectly, because nobody does that perfectly. I'm sure, if the Buddha and Gandhi and Jesus do, I'm very glad. But humanity, Most human beings never attain the level of pure, perfect love at every moment, at every time, in every situation. Very few people achieve that. We can strive towards it, but I'm not even trying to think that I'm going to achieve that in this life. I don't know. I just don't. But I'm striving for it. So there will be so many times it won't be perfect. You will not do it perfect. You'll be living over here and then someone will cut you off and then you'll be like, mother, and then right there, you're back into this side again. It's fear, really. Did they not see me? Don't they think I'm important? Why did they treat me that way? Are they saying I'm not valuable? They don't care about me? This world is dangerous? Our minds go off into the whole spiral of fear. Those fuckers are going to pay. I'm chasing them down the street. Next time I see them, I'm flipping my finger up. Oh my God, we can go all over the place with this one. Or we can say, I'm going to choose right now which one of these I'm going to pour into. I'm going to pour into love because literally this one gives me more peace. This one gives me peace in my body, peace in my heart, peace in my cells, peace of mind, and gives me joy. So I'm going to pour into this. And so every day you're going to go through life, people are going to do shit and they're going to challenge you and you're going to choose between the two. And that is the purpose of your life. Like, why do people exist? To make this choice. I don't know why, but that's the way it's set up, right? It's almost like God sent us all down here and said, okay, people, I'm going to put you down here with these two choices. And then you have freedom of will, free will, free choice. You choose which ones you want. I'm not judging. Do what you do. I would like to see all of you. I don't know which one he wants to see us. I think he wants to see us do this one. But as I watch the world, there's some people doing this and some people doing this. And right now there's some people doing a lot of terrible of this and some people are doing some good of this. Okay. We can't control the whole world. And that's why Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world. Okay. So what can I control? Can't control you. Can't control the world. I can control me. And I can control where I put my energy today and who I'm going to be in the world. And I'm going to be what I think the world needs me to be. And I'm going to be who I want to be, which is love. So if that's your choice, now how do we pour into that on a daily basis? Oh, there's so many things. Create positive affirmations and write them all over your life. Look at, I'm telling you, look, I'm constantly pouring in. I am proud of me. I am. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Pray for patience, love, and kindness. I have like everywhere I go, I have sentences to remind me of what's important to me, who I want to be, to remind myself to stay on the side of love. Got my mindfulness cards. Help me stay on the side of love. And let's see what one says today. The skill of doing nothing. Huh. I like that idea. Yeah, that's just letting it all settle in. What's this one say? Look for the lovely. What is began? I love this. I always look at stuff. So if you're choosing love and you're choosing light and you're choosing faith, you can't be in fear and in love at the same time. It's one or the other. If you're going into an audition and you're in fear, you're not in love. If you're in a relationship and you're in fear, you're not in love. If you're approaching your career in fear, you're not in love. When you're vibrating at the level of love, that is where you manifest. You are what you manifest. When you connect what you want in life with love, then it shows up. That's like, have you ever read The Law of Attraction? The law of attraction works because life is energy, and everything we do has an energetic footprint. Everything we do comes from energy, right? We're made of energy and light. Everything we do has energy attached to it. Every thought is an energy, whether it's good or bad, positive or negative, whether it's love, with fear or love, it's an energy, okay? When you intend something, like say you make a vision board, something that you really want to experience, achieve, you want to meet someone, you want to do something, and then you feel that with love. It triggers the law of attraction, and that stuff comes to you. And then it shows up in your life, and you're like, I manifested that. Some people manifest like this. I do. Like literally. Not like, oh, there it is in my hand. I'm a magician. I'm a witch. No. But my manifestation, because I'm so in love. I'm so in love with myself. I'm in love with life. I'm in love with living. I'm so in love with life. And when I attach what I want in love, I get it. And every one of you has that power as well. That's the superpower of human beings. We have a superpower. It's not just superheroes. That's a huge superpower. So I want you to practice some of these concepts, take some notes, read books about the law of attraction. Put up affirmations all over your house. Put them in your car. Put them on your mirror. Put them as your screensaver on your phone. Put them on your wall. Listen to subliminals at night, under your pillow or under your head. Feeding positive stuff into there. You've got to feed positive back into you, because you've been believing some negativity, some fears you might have been believing fears for 20, 40 years. Doesn't matter. They're replaceable. All you have to do is start putting your energy over here. That's the beauty of life. Every single day you get to choose which one, every minute of every day, which one. You're not tied into this one forever like a curse. No, you can put that down and choose this right now. Right now. Choose love right now. And next moment, choose love. In the next moment, choose love. And that becomes the pattern. That becomes the habit. That becomes the norm. That becomes the dominant thought. You can't wait until this goes away by itself. It doesn't go away by itself. You don't even know when this shit got in there. You don't have to wait. First of all, it doesn't take understanding why it's there or understanding when it got there for it to go away. The only thing it takes for it to go away is turn the volume down on it and turn the volume up on something else. That's the solution. You don't have to spend 700 years in therapy trying to figure out why people fucked you up. It doesn't matter. Turn the volume down on this, turn the volume up on this, and now you're living in this space. And this one gets so small and so quiet, you can hardly hear it. You can live your life without even paying attention to it anymore. And sometimes it just goes away. And it might creep back up once in a while in another area, or a thought might pop back. You have to turn it down, turn this up, turn this up. How do you do that? Surround yourself with these thoughts. I can make it. I can do it. Read autobiographies of people that do it, that did it, that can do it. Surround yourself with people that can do it, that are doing what you want to do. Pour light into your dream. Pour light and love into your heart, into your mind. Go to therapy. Like, there's a tapping therapy I do. Let me tell you about this woman I do tapping therapy with. Tapping therapy is emotional freedom technique or something. And so she takes some kind of, I don't know, she takes some kind of thought that I have about something. My mommy was critical, because she was. Okay, let's tap on that. And then I just start telling her, well, when I was a kid, my mom was really critical, and I follow her along. And then I keep saying, and I used to do things, and then she did this or did that, and it made me feel how to make you feel. And I felt really on this, and then I felt really bad about it, and then I felt like I didn't have any power, and I didn't have a voice, and I couldn't stand up for myself, and you free associate your thoughts about it. And then she says, okay, let's put some new thoughts in there. So now I want you to repeat after me. I'm powerful. I'm powerful. I have a voice. I have a voice. I'm capable of speaking up for myself. Capable of speaking up for myself. I have the right to my feelings. And you tap on these places. These are acupuncture places. You're literally tapping on the places, your acupuncture pressure points, and putting different energies into your neural pathways. Tapping. I've been doing sessions with her for tapping, and it's interesting. The change happens so easily. I talked to my mother the first time after doing some tapping sessions. I had never talked. was the first time, like I said, I had been doing tapping and I talked to my mother. And my mother asked me something and I said to her, it came right out naturally. I said, I will open up and I'll be vulnerable to you and tell you, but you have to not harm me in that space. And she said, okay. I had never spoken those words out of my mouth before. They just freely flowed out of me. I will tell you what's going on and I will open myself up and I will share with you and I'll be vulnerable with you, but you cannot harm me. Okay. In the past, I would just not tell my mother shit because she would then say something negative, criticize me, make me try to, and then throw it in my face later or something. But it didn't, there was no resistance, there was no pain, there was no fear, there was nothing. It was just gentle and it flowed. So if you want to figure out more about tapping, the woman who I work with, her name is Wendy Leah Branchfield. I'll write it in the comments. Wendy, she's a member here. Wendy, I'll tag her. Wendy Leah Branchfield. Wendy works on tapping with Wendy Leah Branchfield. Man, oh my God, she's so good. She's so loving. She's so calm. She's so kind. She just helps me pour love into myself and pour love into my thinking and release fear, release anger, release resentment, just release things that are coming from this side and continue. It's like, when you have a garden, you're always pulling off dead leaves and replenishing the grout, what is it called? The dirt, the earth, putting nutrients into the earth so that the plant continues to grow better, giving it good water, making sure it has enough light. You're a human being. You're always going to be feeding yourself and you're going to do work to feed yourself. Part of that is maintenance and growing even further into love with myself, further into life, further into choosing health and light and peace and happiness. So I work with Wendy and she taps and we tap and beautiful things happen. There's another life coach I work with. Her name is Sarah McAtee. I will tell you, Sarah McAtee. She's amazing. If you want to just know the people that I work with that work well for me, because I have personal experience with these people and they are fantastic. And so I trust them and I would trust them with you. She's a mindset coach. She teaches law of attraction. She cleans out some shit, man. It's beautiful. I'm putting her in the chat as well. All right. So reach out to those people if you want to do some energy healing, if you really want to heal some of the stuff going on in your brain. You've got to get out of your own way. So I find that it helps to have other people help me pour into that love, my affirmations, my subliminals, being around good people, being around people that are in the positive, staying in the light and staying away from the darkness. And when I hear it coming out of my own head, shut it down, turn it down. And the only way to turn it down, you can't unthink it. You have to just change your attention onto something else. Take your attention off of these negative thoughts and put it onto a positive. So if you've got a thought where it says, I'm afraid, not because I can't do it, but what? Because my parents won't let me. Well, I'll tell you one thing, that your parents don't have the power over you once you're 18 years old, and letting you is not part of this deal. Okay. You can choose the path for yourself. And you could be, even though your parents won't let you do it, maybe they're not going to pay for it. You could be reading books. You could be going to the library and reading books for free about acting bios, watching YouTube videos, watching all kinds of director's cut and all kinds of interviews with actors. Read books from directors, producers, practice monologues, practice scenes, watch videos, YouTube videos, and take acting classes. Tmfa, free acting classes every single Tuesday. Go to all 5 of them or 6 of them on every Tuesday. Whatever. You can replay them later. There's nobody that's keeping you from doing anything unless you are locked in a box, chained to a wall, and that's a serious problem. You got to figure out how to get out of that. But if you're home and your parents won't let you, that's nonsense, okay? Read. And if you need to get real sneaky, you got your book like this about history on the outside, and you got your acting book on the inside. Okay, come on now. this is these things are called limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs will tell you you can't do something. And they come from fear. They come from fear. Limiting beliefs, write it down. Limiting beliefs. It's just some shit you made up somewhere along the line that limits you. Okay? Those tell you can't do it. And then you need to create powerful beliefs that tell you can. Beliefs rooted in love. And then you consciously choose. So consciously choose. I'm choosing to think from love. I'm choosing, every day. And every time you see yourself slip back into this side, go, whoa. You won't catch yourself every time. Sometimes you might not catch yourself for a week. Then you realize you spent 1 week living in fear, in the wrong mindset, and you, oh shit, I did it again. Okay, it's a new day. Readjust. It's a new second. I'm choosing love. I just see what I was doing. That's an old pattern. Let me choose this one. Right? There's a reason that you're supposed to listen to those subliminals for 30, 60, 90 days. It takes repetition to reprogram the neurons, the neural pathways in your brain. So whatever positive affirmations you're using, use them for 30, 60, 90 days. And then start new ones, and then start new ones, and reprogram your mind to think here. This should be the default. Occasionally you fall over here, but then you recognize it and you put it down and say, nope, you're not going to do that perfectly. But strive for this. Like your life depends on it, because it does. All right. That is my lesson in today. Let's talk about your questions. I'll scroll back up and see if you have some. I don't know how to see if you have them on YouTube, because I don't really know how to see the questions. But I'm happy that you're all here, and I'll answer the questions over here. Oh, now I see the questions? Okay, good. Yay! It's so good to see all of you guys. I love you too. I'm happy to motivate you. You've been watching my videos for 5 to 6 years. So, woo! That's so good. Use positivity and spiritual support. Yes. Wendy is talking to old people like me. No, I'm talking to all people, honey. I'm not talking to old people or young people. I'm talking to every human. As long as you're alive, you have this power to choose. Your superpower, the power to choose. This is profound. Yes, you've reached such a high stature in an industry you love, and yet you still write words of affirmation to yourself. Absolutely. How do you think you stay there? How do you think you keep going? If I said to myself, well, who do I think I am to be, giving 100,000 people coaching? I don't think like that. I got to think, and I keep learning more, and I keep learning more, and I keep bringing better content and bringing more value, and keep increasing what I give you, and keep helping. I do it because I love it, You're a legend. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying to manifest funding to study in LA. Hey, that's not hard to do. You got to be resourceful. And if you're in the positive about your decision to raise funding to come to LA, and you're listening to positive affirmations about, I am a millionaire, I am worthy of money, I do good things with money, I use money to do whatever, and you listen to positive affirmations about money every single night while you sleep for 8 hours for the next 90 days, you will change your vibration around money, because money's just an energy. Just an energy. You either have fear around it or love, right? When you have love around it, you have a lot of it. When you have fear around it, you don't have much of it. It's the energy around the money. The money is just an energy. I love money. I love making money. And the more money I have, the more I can help people with it. I love having money for several reasons. And there's nothing wrong with loving money. It's just an energy form. And what it does is helps you do things in your life you want to do. So let's say I have $1. I'm probably going to give 50 cents of that away, because I always give away. I always give. So now I got 50 cents. I'll probably give 10 more cents away, because someone else probably needs something. Okay, now we're at 40 cents. But with that 40 cents, I'm going to put some in my savings account. I am going to pay some bills with it. I am going to, for sure, go get something I don't really need, like a bag, purse, and I'm going to buy something, eat something I probably should, like a chocolate, something. Okay, that's kind of how my situation goes. Savings, bills, some kind of Rolex watch or something, and something to eat that is just delicious. That's kind of how my money gets divided. after I've given 60% of it to charity and helped people and everything else. That being said, my connection with money is happy. It's happiness. It gives me the freedom when I have money to travel, to help other people, to help family, to give nice things to people, to make life easier for people, to take a load off, to buy people groceries if they don't have it, to pay for their groceries in front of me in the line. The other day I saw an old man. Sometimes you see old people that are on a very strict budget and they're fumbling through their $4. I don't have enough to pay for it for them, for God's sake. Oh my God, make life easier for people around you. Because I have a beautiful exchange experience with money, it flows abundantly to me. It just flows to me easily. And I love it. And I love to be able to do good things with it. So if it's just an energy. If you're racked with fear around money, then that's what's going to happen. It's going to always be in lack, and you're never going to have enough, and you're always going to be worried about where it's coming from, and you're always going to be in a job that doesn't pay enough, and you're always going to be short, and your bills are always going to be late, and you're always going to be in debt, and blah, 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 blah. Because you don't have a loving relationship with money. Because maybe somebody taught you along the line that money's evil. It's easier for a rich man to get through than a camel to get through an eye of the needle than a rich man, or whatever. But there's nothing wrong with money. There's wrong with your intentions and what you do, either to harm or help people. Are you harming people or helping people? Are you coming from fear and being an awful person, or are you coming from love and being a giving, generous, loving, kind, thoughtful person? If you have money, you're going to put that money into this or into this. It's not about the money itself. The money is just an object. It's where you put it that matters. If you have a lot of it and you put it here, you can do great things. If you have a lot of it and you put it here, you're going to create bombs. You're going to drop it on people. You're going to assemble armies and take over countries and wipe out Indians. And you're going to do shit. When you have money and you're in the wrong energy, you're going to do bad things. If you have money and you're in the good energy, you're going to do good things. It's just an energy. Nothing wrong with having it, okay, people? How about when fears enter, we try to harness that mental energy and master it for use? Yeah, if you have fears or anything anything over here, if you want to call it up to use it for a scene in acting and then put it back down where it belongs, that's fine. That's acting. You're calling on things. In every person inside of us, we all have light and dark. We all have love and fear. We all have both. Okay, when we live our life in love and peace and joy, it's a better life for everybody. The people around us, ourselves, our kids, our life, our career, everything. But you have both of these inside you, and you can call on either one of them at any time for your acting career, right? You just have to learn how to let this one go and put it back down, because you don't want to live from that space. Of course you're going to be successful. You choose love. Woo, woo! Choose love. Right? Ask me your questions, okay? I'm 16. I'm an aspiring actress. I live in Italy. But I can speak English too. Can I attend online auditions from Italy to get to Hollywood? All right. Well, you can, if you're in Italy, build your career in Italy first. Take acting classes, train online with some classes in America, learn to speak with an American accent. Don't get rid of your Italian one, but learn to speak with your American accent, and start doing productions where you live. Get experience, do short films, feature films, web series, student films, do whatever you can where you live and build your experience, get on set, collaborate with other friends that have cameras, shoot your own scenes, create your own movies, put them in film festivals, play around, do theater, and maybe you might attend film school at some point in America, and then you can come here and study. But there are people that come from all over the world and act in Hollywood. Of course you can do it. All right, I'm going to go past all these things. Energy you put out. Yeah, I'm the cool. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any thoughts on finding talent managers when you're getting back into the game? Yeah, have a great package, Omakongo, did we talk about this yesterday inside the Winner's Circle? Have a great package. Make sure you have headshots that match your types. Make sure that you have acting clips that match your types. Make a list of the agents and managers you're really trying to build relationships with and get to know them through social media, on Facebook, and like, don't ask dumb questions, but like listen to what they're talking about, participate in those conversations, get familiar with them, try to take classes with them, submit your package to them, follow up on that. But know that everything takes time. Nothing's an overnight success. There's no such thing as overnight success in this business. What's over here? You work in Cambodia? I've been to Cambodia and I love it. You're not an actor, but you've always wanted to be one, but I don't know what to do. All right, so here's what you do. In the pinned post of TMFA is a list of the 10 things you do to start your acting career. There are 10 things that you do to start your acting career. Okay, so if anyone's watching and they don't know where to start, everybody starts in the same place. Learn how to act. That's the first thing that you do. Learn how to act. People aren't trying to hire people that don't know how to act, right? It's like saying, I want to be in the Olympics as an Olympic swimmer. I don't know where to start. Do you know how to swim? No. Start from ground zero. Start from level 1. Learn to swim. Can't be in the Olympics as a swimmer until you learn to swim. Now, you can't be in the Olympics as a swimmer until you learn to swim really well. You can't be in the Olympics as a swimmer until you learn to swim better than almost everybody else around you. You can't be in the Olympics as a swimmer until you can beat other people all swimming in the same pool and almost every single time you win. Because you're that good, because you practice that often, because you work that hard at it to become a master of swimming. Now you can try out for the Olympics. Well, it's the same exact thing being an actor. The people you watch on TV are master Olympic actors. They're masters of acting. They've gotten that experience through training, working on all kinds of smaller projects. They spent 10,000 hours on sets, doing plays, reading plays, writing plays, producing content, working on other people's projects, short films, web series, student films. They might have done 10, 15, 20, 30 feature films, indie films. By the time they're on television as a series regular, they're a master. And the stars are the Olympics of mastery. They are masters at their craft. So how do you get to be in Hollywood? You get so good, they can't ignore you. Who said that? Someone over here had just said that. Yeah. Get so good they can't. Adam Wahlberg. Steve Martin said that, right? If you master your craft to the level where when you do your thing, people are like, pow, pow. People will flock to help. People will flock to you with opportunities. So your number one job is to get good at acting. If you really want to be a working actor. If this is just a hobby, that's okay. Do it as a hobby. You're going to do some local stuff, local theater. You don't ever have, being a star is almost an impossible thing to. How many swimmers become gold medalists in the Olympics? How many people are trying to become a gold medalist in the Olympics? They all want to be on the USA team in the Olympics. A couple are selected. And that person is the person to beat next year. Because if they stay training as hard as they did this year, to beat them out of their place next year might not happen. The best rise to the top. Those are the people that are going to get those top spots. So if you want to dethrone someone up there, you're going to have to work harder than they are and get better than they are and be more precise, as my friend Amy Lennon says. Be so precise in your technique and in your skill and have such control over it that you can master it and get past them. That's who becomes stars. And I don't mean, you starred in one movie and you never had a career again. I'm talking about you stay at the top for the duration of your career. Sam Jackson, 20 years as a star, right? Anthony Hopkins, a star for 30 years. Tom Cruise, a star since he's a teen, since he was 15 or whatever. He never lets down his guard and stops mastering it. It's not, I'm not going to master. You got to stay there to keep it. You have to stay that good to keep it, or someone working harder and faster than you is going to take it from you and step into your place. Okay. So wherever you are in the business, master the craft of acting. What classes should you take? This, that, and the other. I'm going to discuss something that happened in TMFA yesterday that pissed me off, and I do not want to see it again, or I will just delete you from the group. If you're watching, TMFA is an organization I put together to teach you the truth about the business. Not guesses, not opinions. It's not an opinion group. It's not I think it works like this group. This is how it works. Okay. And the people that we have put in charge at TMFA are people that know how it works. They are agents, managers, casting directors, working actors who have booked a lot of network television. I do not believe you should be learning from people who've not booked network television. That's like going to a farmer and saying, hey, can you teach me how to be an astronaut? Really like to know your secrets on astronauting. I'm a farmer. Yeah, but you could tell me everything you know about astronauting. It's just stupid, and that's not how it works, okay? I've been in this business since I was 19, 20 years old. I've seen it from every side. My combined knowledge of this business is I'm 54 now, from 23 to 54, even younger when I was doing theater, but that's not the point. I have over 30 years of knowledge in this brain. If you're new in this business and you just got out of high school or college, you do not have 30 years of professional knowledge in this business. Now, there are agents and managers and casting directors who all have 20, 30, 40 years of knowledge in their mind. Experience managing, experience agenting, experience casting, directing, producing. If you're a working actor and you've done 35 television network shows, you've been in the audition room and booked it for network TV 35 times. If you don't have that kind of experience, you're not a moderator in the TMFA. You are a student learning from people who have that kind of experience. Therefore, actors are not allowed to answer questions. You're not allowed to speak and answer questions. Now, when you book 10, 20, 30 network television credits as speaking characters, leads and supporting roles in films, feature films, and you book network TV, Criminal Minds, Law and Order, and Grey's Anatomy, and all the shows on network, and you know how to get past a network audition and book it and get hired, and it shows up on the screen, and you've done it over and over and over. Now you can teach other people how to do that. But if that's not you, you have not been approved to talk in the TMFA and answer questions. The reason is not because I'm a bitch and I want to harm people, because if you just spent the last hour and a half with me, you know that's not why I do anything. The reason why I don't want you to talk and answer questions in the TMFA is you don't know what you're talking about. And somebody else who's new is coming in with like, I need to know everything, and you're telling them the wrong thing. You're steering them in the wrong direction, which they could be stuck in for 5 years because they took your advice and did something else that took them off track. So shut up. Shut up, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Because I want you to stay here in the TMFA and learn so that you can become successful. But I will not allow you to stay here and tell people the wrong thing. I work too hard to teach people the right thing than to have you come run your mouth in here and blather on about something you don't know anything about. So there's a question, and do I say that with respect? I say that as a fact. I love everybody. This is not about personal. This has nothing to do with me loving you as a person. This is not about me not loving you. This is about you are interfering with the whole purpose of this group and my mission in life and every one of the other volunteer moderators that are giving their time and energy to be here. You're interfering with what we're doing. And you're doing it just, I don't know why, but stop it. We don't care what you think. Okay, this is not a thinking group. Let me come in here and think about what I think things, how things work. Okay, this is an I know how things work, and I'm sharing the facts with you group. And so yesterday, Someone said, honestly, do you need to move to Los Angeles or New York to be a successful actor? Well, nobody should be answering that question except agents, managers, casting directors, and approved network television actors. That's it. And yet there are 508 comments under here. I don't think you have to move there. Okay. I don't think you. There's an right there. I don't think you. You don't know, so don't think. Okay, don't answer that. Don't answer that. I looked at this and some of them said yes, some of them said no, some of them said yes, some of them said no. Oh my God. It's a shit show under that comment. I'm going to literally, I don't know if I'm just going to delete the whole comment or throw everybody out of the group who answered it. And any actor that answered that question that is not a working actor, that is not approved in this group, that does not have permission to answer questions, should not be answering that question. And whether I throw every single person out of the group that answered that question or just mute you for 24 days, maybe I'll mute you for a month and then you'll understand my point. Don't answer questions in the TMFA unless it says looking for actors' opinions. If you post a question, you want to know what other actors think, that's fine. Then in your question, write looking for actors' opinions, and then actors can answer all they want to. But when you're asking about industry questions, it's not an actor's opinion forum. It is for the industry to answer, okay? Just need you get that. Need to get that if you really want to maintain that resource. I'll look and see if there's any other questions that necessarily need to be asked. Somebody under that comment said Atlanta would be best. Somebody under that comment said Atlanta would be best. Who cares what somebody said? If it's not an industry person who knows the facts about it, they should not be answering. Some people said New York. Some people said Atlanta. Some people said New Jersey. Some people said New Mexico. You should be here. You should be there. It's all wrong. That's why you're not allowed to answer those questions. All of it is wrong. I might delete the entire damn thing and just leave the answers that were given by Rebecca, Alex Collins, and some of the other agents and managers is buried under the nonsense of actors spewing their opinions all over everything. We get very mad about that. It's just because you're just interfering with the process of us giving you streamlined information. A lot of groups on Facebook, people are all sharing their opinion, misinformation, miseducating everybody, and nobody knows what they're talking about, and admins let that go on and all those conversations. And when you pop over there, you go, oh my God, there's so much wrong here. I got to leave and just go back to a group that I can control I only need agents, managers, casting directors, working directors, producers, and working actors to talk. I don't need to hear and some of these actors, they answer the question. You look up on IMDb, they booked one thing as a web series. It's like, oh my God, why are you answering questions? You've never even booked network television. You have no idea what you're talking about. So, but in some groups on Facebook, they just let the farm animals out of the barn and everybody's humping each other. Say no more. Okay, that being said. I'm my entertainment fairy godmother. That is what everyone says. Look here, that someone drew this for me as I'm a fairy godmother. That's my big, big boobs, my tiny widow feet and hands, and my fairy godmother, and my wings, and my curly hair. And that's what they call me, the actor's fairy godmother. That's my little nickname. I should have it tattooed on. I should get like a fairy. I should have this picture tattooed. No, what are your thoughts on The Mother casting? The Mother. You want to try out for Zoe as your first role? Are you in acting classes? Thoughts and headshot tips? Headshots don't pose. You need to be feeling emotions in your headshots. Is it possible to get a lead role in a movie without experience? Why would you try to get a lead role in a movie without experience? Go get experience. Why would, if it could a fluke could happen, but you can't build your career on a fluke. Go get experience. Why do you need a lead role in a movie with no experience? If you're an actor, learn to act, then get experience in smaller roles, then bigger roles, and then the lead role. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible, but if you're listening to what I said, train. What kind of training should you be taking? Scene study classes, on-camera classes to learn how to use this frame to tell a story, audition classes, self-tape classes, since we're doing a lot of self-taping now, improvisation. You need these 5 pillars, and then some on-camera classes if you want to do commercials. You need those things, right? Con, don't be mean to anybody in here. Don't criticize her for asking that question. It's a legit question. And if you're going to say something mean to her, then you should just get the hell out of here. Don't be mean to each other. I don't like that. Where can I find roles for smaller films? Backstage. I just removed Con because I don't friggin' like that kind of behavior. You're not allowed to be on my chat. How can I give a producer my music? Start looking them up on, start looking up producers. First of all, here's what I'm going to do. Everybody come into the TMFA. If you have questions that you're posting here, I want you to come into a Facebook group called Talent Managers for Actors. Okay, I'll put it in the chat. Talent Managers for Actors. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to answer all those questions that you're putting there right now. But I want to answer your questions because I love you and I want you to be successful. And when you come into this group, agents and managers and me and other working actors and singers are going to answer those questions. We're not going to let a whole bunch of people that don't know what they're talking about answer your questions because your career is too important and your dream is too important. So I'm going to say it again. If you're watching me live on YouTube, come into Talent Managers for Actors on Facebook, and you can answer. You can ask any questions you have 24 hours a day, and use the hashtag TMFA question, because then we sort by that hashtag and we answer all the questions. Right? There are 10 or 12 moderators in the group, plus 150 agents, managers, casting directors, writers, producers, coaches. A whole slew of people that are approved to answer those questions. If you have not personally been approved by me, then you're not approved. Make sense? How do I know if I'm approved? Did I approve you? No, then you're not approved. Okay, that being said, answer those questions. So it's in the chat. There's the link. That's the Facebook group. Use the hashtag TMFA question, and you can ask questions 24 hours a day, ask questions, okay? Advice for African actors trying to make it in Hollywood. What I just say, Jamie? What did I just say? Join the Facebook group Talent Managers for Actors and come ask your question there. Let's see what else is going on over here. And what I should see from you guys is, instead of asking more questions, joining the Talent Managers for Actors, come back here and say and post your question in TMFA, and then come back here and say, just joined TMFA and posted my question. There's winners and there's losers in this life, right? Winners learn how to follow direction, they learn how to ask for help, and they learn how to receive the help. You're asking me for the help, I'm telling you how to receive the help. If you don't want to take the solution, then you can continue to have your problem. I'm going to go back and answer some of the earlier questions. Okay, so Nellie, ask your question in TMFA and tag Cherry, just join the group. Good. Write your question there, hashtag it. Luciana, you just heard me say join the group and ask your question. All right, so I'm not going to pay any attention to anybody that's answering questions right now because you're not paying attention to me. I'll answer some of the questions earlier before I told you how to handle your situation. Let's see. What is the TMFA for free acting classes? Okay, every single Tuesday, Inside the TMFA, Talent Managers for Actors on Facebook, acting teachers go live and they teach for free. When you're trying to find an acting coach, it's really important that you try different styles, try different teachers, try different methods, see what works for you, what resonates with you. There's not one same teacher for everybody. There's not one method that works for everybody. There's not one thing that works for everybody. Everybody's different. So what you want to do is take lots of different classes. And acting classes, sometimes the first acting class, you can always take a free class at most studios. It's called auditing. Take that free class and then see if you like it. Then take 5 more free classes with different coaches and see if you like it. And then go back and say, you know, I really liked this class. Something felt really right about that class. I'm going to take that class. But you don't have to just jump into class. You know, try different classes and see. In the TMFA on Tuesdays, Mike Pointer goes live, Sandy Horner goes live, Jessica Howard goes live sometimes, Peter Frisch goes live, Chris Lang goes live. There's a whole bunch of teachers and coaches that go live. George Gallagher, they go live from the morning to night. Go watch their classes and see if any of them resonate with you. And go check out other classes and see. There's a school I'll tell you about that's so amazing. If you want to learn Meisner technique, in show business, there's method and Meisner. In acting, there's 2 main methods. Method, Stanislavski method, and Sanford Meisner. These are 2 core techniques that teach different things. And most professional working actors know how to do both. It's like you're a construction worker and you have a toolbox, right? And in it you have a screwdriver and a hammer and you got your measuring tape and you got a saw and all these things. Well, all these tools you put in that toolbox. And now you go to a job, you carry that toolbox around, and when you get to the job site, you open it up and you use the tool that's right for that job. Well, it's the same with acting. You put Meisner in that toolbox, method in that acting toolbox, maybe a little Ivana Chubbuck, a Linden technique, a little Alexander technique. Put some techniques in there, Howard Fine, Larry Moss. Put some techniques. And then when you get to that acting job, you're going to pull out the tool that works best for this particular job. This moment. But your toolbox is going to be empty if you haven't put different acting techniques into your toolbox. Does that make sense? Makes sense. So let me give you one of the tools to put in your toolbox. Hood School of Acting. Okay? Let me write it down. H-O-U-D-E, Hood School of Acting. And I'll tell you how amazing this is. How much is the class? $200 a month. $200 a month, and you can take 4 classes per week for that $200. 4 classes per week. And that's 16 classes per month for $200. Jessica Howard, Jessica Hood School of Acting. Jessica Hood, who runs that school, is phenomenal, and she has great teachers there. Some of them are working actors that you see on TV, like, oh my God, James Matteo, who was in so many movies I grew up watching on TV. He teaches there. He came to my winter circle last month, and he taught for us. He taught about his career and what it's like to be a working actor and how he became a star. And I always bring people like that in my winter circle because I want you to learn from working actors. How did they become a star? How did they become a working actor? How did they get on TV? What did they do? What can you do that they did so that you can have the same success? You know, you got to learn from people who are doing it. So this wonderful guy that came in and coached at Hollywood Winter Circle, he teaches on the regular basis at Hood School of Acting, James Matteo. She has lots of amazing people like that. She helps you create your clips. She works on all kinds of stuff. So I highly suggest you take a look at Hood School of Acting, H-O-U-D-E. Let's see. I required to obtain a working visa. I must have international awards. What advice would I give you? Well, I'm not an international attorney. So what you contact Aurora Batista, contact an immigration attorney. There's an immigration attorney. I'll put it in the chat. Kate Raynor, Kate Raynor, immigration attorney. They do free consultations with actors all around the world. They're going to tell you what you have to do in your country and in your situation, how to make that pathway to America. So do a free consultation and learn from them. Let me see what make it pour into love. You guys are doing so good. Yeah. So as you can see, yeah, it is a great deal. It's a hell of a great deal. And I just, Wendy Leah, how are you? I just was telling people here, Wendy, that that I work with you with tapping, and I've had so much progress and growth, and I love it. Thank you so much. I didn't tell you this, Wendy. The other day, my mother and I were having a conversation, and it was amazing how this flowed so easily. We were talking, and my mom asked me a question, and I immediately said, I will be vulnerable with you, and I'll let you in, but I need you not to harm me. She said, okay. Where the hell did that come from? I'm 54. That sentence never came out of my mouth ever in my life. It flowed out from a space of taking care of me and making sure I'm safe. I'm in the presence of someone who has a tendency to, and I didn't even have to think about how to handle it. Just naturally, I set a boundary with love. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't hurt. I was nothing. I just said, I will be open with you, and I'll tell you, but I need you not to harm me. Okay. And we had the conversation, and it was peaceful, and there was no resistance. And that just came because of the work that we've been doing, tapping. It just came straight through me and from me. And I feel, thank you, Wendy, for giving me that gift. What a gift. Thank you. To have that with my mother. Thank you. I appreciate that. No amount of money can repay that. So thank you. Yeah, but I was just telling people, if you want to work on stuff, work with Wendy. Ooh, Wendy Leah Branchfield. She's great. Hi, Miguel. Am I doing private consultations? Very, very rarely. Sometimes I'll throw one in if I have some time. Sometimes I'll throw a private consultation in because, and so if you really, really want to do a private consultation with me, then you can email me at WAW Entertainment. I'll write it in the chat, okay? And I will find time to do a couple. WAW Entertainment at yahoo.com. Okay. So yeah, you can email me and I will set one up with you. First, you're going to send me your Actors Access. I'm going to take a look at it. And I'm going to see what it is that I could be teaching you, what I could share in that consultation and where you're at in your career. And then I'll let you know if I'll set that up with you or not. So just email me over your Actors Access profile and I'll take a look at it. I try to tell people to take the course, the Hollywood Winner Circle course, because it's so thorough. You know, it's so thorough. Any of you guys on YouTube, if you're watching this video and you don't know what to do and how to start your career or where you should go or what you should do, you should absolutely watch this live, let me give you this link to a live free webinar, okay? I'm going to put it in the chat. It's a free webinar. It's a 90-minute master course from me, answering so many questions about how to get started as an actor. And if you are new to this business, I highly suggest you, I'll get right back to you, Miguel. I highly suggest you watch it. It's a free webinar that I wrote, which really teaches you how to get the right headshots and how to get the right clip. There's so much information in there to get you started. If you implement what I teach you in this webinar, you're going to be so much further than you are right now. And I also talk about my course in there too. So, you know, stick around, learn about the course, learn about Hollywood Winner Circle Academy. And if it's something that you feel is right for you, join us. I'll tell you, it's super freaking great. Every single time, every month, I'm adding new content to it and adding new ideas. So when I first created that course, I'll tell you about it. It was so amazing. I sat down and I wrote out every single thing I need a new actor to learn. Every single thing. If an actor walked in my door and said, "Would you manage me?" What would I tell that person? And I took out pieces of paper and I wrote, well, first you do this, and then you have to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. And then you'd have to do this, and then do this. And after all that, then do this, and this. That's what you have to do if you want to get on TV. And then I made a video for each one of those things. I recorded a video explaining each one of those things. At the end of the day, there were 65 videos. And I put that in a course and put it online. And I said, that's the course. Now, if anything ever happened to me, God forbid, there's a course there. Anybody can learn what managers do with actors. This is the same thing we do with every actor that walks in our door. We take them, they get on TV. Here's how we did that. Here's how we took an actor from scratch, put them on TV. Just do this. And it's like, just get this course and do that, and you'll get there. And then I thought, wait, no, I want to be more involved. So let me create a Facebook group, and everyone taking that course can come to the Facebook group, and I'll walk you through the course. I'll walk you through the course and help you step by step, keep you on track, answer questions, make sure you know what I mean and what I'm doing. I will look at what you're doing. I will look at your headshots, your clips, your cover letters, your agent list, your acting work. I'll look at what type you are, and I'll help you even more, hands-on. Let me take you by the hand and help you. And then I was like, and so every Friday we have a party. And every Friday actors come who are taking the course. We have about 3,000 actors taking the course. So they pop in, some pop in on some Fridays, some come every Friday, some come a couple Fridays when they can, in between work, in between shooting. Now we have Thursday nights. And so we coach, and I have other industry people, agents that are with me, and they answer questions and stuff. And then I was like, how can I give more value? How can I make this even better? So then I started bringing in working actors that work on television, that you see every day on TV, working actors. Come in and tell these actors taking my course, how did you do it? How did you become a working actor? What did you do? What are the keys to success? What are your secrets? What did you do? Tell them. And I sit back and listen. We've had about 100 actors come in who are working on TV that you see, some stars, some recognizable faces, some on series right now, come in and just tell you, this is what I did. This is what I think. This is what I think you should do. This is what worked for me. And then you can ask them questions, and you get to meet some really cool people. Then I thought, this is amazing. How do I make it even better? I will bring in acting. I will bring in mindset coaches, law of attraction coaches, entertainment attorneys, entertainment accountants. I'll bring in power of intention coaches, goal setting coaches, life coaches, relationship coaches. Woo! The people that you're going to learn what they need to be successful in life. So now we have all these different kind of coaches that teach. Then I thought, okay, now what else can I do to make the winner's circle even better? Okay, what else can I do? I will offer a free acting class every month by an actor who works regularly on TV, and show you exactly how they break down the script and book the job, because that's what you need to learn. So now we have 2 working actors, Joseph Kalari and Kevin Scott Allen, who both work excessively. And they're teaching you how, Kevin is the one that's teaching you how to break down the script. And the way he sees it is so much deeper than probably 95% of what you've been taught. Oh, it's like mind-boggling. And I listen to it and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that's how you have to see it when you break down a script. Oh my God, it's insane. I love listening to him talk about it. And that is where you go. So if you want to join us at the Winner's Circle, I can't tell you, I can never speak highly enough about it. I know it's exactly what actors need. I know it because I created it to make sure it covers every single base. People say, how much is it? $749. This conversation today is not about selling you the course. This conversation today is about teaching you what you need to learn to be successful, getting out of your way. If you want to take the course, take the course. If you don't want to take the course, don't take the course. I'm giving you the information about it so that if you want to take it, you know where to go to get it. So What is $749? For that price, what do you get for $749? You get 7 hours of coaching live on Zoom in a group per week. 7 hours of coaching per week. That's 7 times 4 is 28 hours of coaching a month times 12 months. Do the math. I can't. 28 times 12. Can someone do the math? I don't know what it is. And that is all you pay. You get the course forever. And it comes down to something like $2 an hour. Oh, Adam, yesterday we were at 10 hours. I know. But you know, when I start talking to actors, man, sometimes we're at 10 hours. Plus we have holiday parties. Plus we have, if you're not, if you're alone on the holidays, you are definitely not alone in the winner's circle. And, you don't have to be alone. You have readers that can read with you, people you can create scenes with. We do film festivals, we do challenges. It's a family. It's people who believe in you, people who want to see you successful. If you don't have that in your own life, in your own family, you'll have it in the winner's circle. So I really encourage you all to join the course, if you can. If you can. And if it's a money thing, figure it out. That's your relationship with money. Figure it out. There's one woman posted on Tmfa or on her Facebook page, I want to take a course. Can all of my friends chip in $30? And she had the money for the course in one day. So, I mean, if you let money get in the way of success, then that's how you let money interfere with everything. That means you probably don't have money in savings. You probably don't have money in the bank. You probably don't have money, can't afford the things you want or need. You have a belief system about money that says there isn't enough or you don't deserve it. And I suggest, that you start working on that by listening to subliminal books, subliminal audio subliminals about money at night while you're sleeping. Because if you have a problem with money, it's not just stopping you from taking a course. It's probably interfering with you getting headshots, interfering with you taking acting classes, interfering with you moving to another city. It's affecting a whole lot of stuff. My ambition, my goal would be that, and my ambition for all of you is that every single actor takes my course, every single actor. Look how much value you get spending time with me for 2 hours. Imagine spending a year with me. Imagine where you will be in your life and in your career if you spend 1 year with me every single week, 2 days a week. That kind of success, you need it. You need that kind of mentorship. That will help you get where you want to go. Dee Wallace. Thank you, Andrew, for bringing Dee Wallace into the Winner's Inner Circle. I've met Dee several times. Dee is very good friends with my friend Laura Pallas. Laura Pallas and I used to own a management company together. And I've met her years ago that way. My client, Cassidy Fralin, was on Time Traveling Bong in the episode that Dee did. And I spent time on set hanging out with her, talking and seeing her again. It was lovely to see her. And then I get to see her again, and you bring her into the winner's circle. So that was really, really wonderful that you did that. And for those of you who don't know who Dee is, Dee played the mom in E.T. Dee played the mother in E.T., one of the most famous and most beautiful movies of all time. And she came in the winner's circle last week, and she talked about manifesting what you want in your life and having the right energy for things. She's a lovely woman, and she does a lot of coaching. She's very interesting. She used to do acting coaching. Right now she's doing a lot of life coaching. So yeah, let's see. Is there anything else I want to cover? I would just say, learn as much as you can. Read books. There's a book by Bonnie Gillespie called Self-Management for the Actor. Get that book and read it. It's such a great book. I've written 7 books on how to get into business. I'll give you my information so you can follow me on Instagram. It's Wendy Alane 1. That's my Instagram. If you want to join us at Hollywood Winner's Circle Academy, you don't have to pay the $749 up front in one play. You can pay it in 6 payments, $158 a month. So if you can't afford $158 a month, then you better figure your life out, because that's incredible. That's the most affordable business and acting business coaching training you will ever get. So if $2 an hour is too much for you, then you really better figure out your situation with money. And then, like I said, read books about money, read books, The Millionaire Next Door, read books from Susie Orman, read books about how to manifest money, how to earn more money, how to earn more money, how to I'll tell you a couple things. In life, and this has nothing to do with my course or acting classes or where you live in an apartment. You know, you can't live in the apartment you really want, so you're forced to live somewhere you don't because you don't have enough money. You don't drive the car you want because you don't have enough money. If you don't have enough money for the things you want in your life, then you don't understand and have a good relationship with money. So let's work on that for a minute. Does anyone want to work on that? I will help you. Manifest money, listening to manifestation, subliminal manifestations about money at night. Go to seminars and learn about money. Read books about money. You got to get into that conversation. If you don't have a lot of money, you probably haven't read a lot about money. You probably haven't learned a lot about money. You probably don't know how to make it. You probably don't know how easy it is to make it. You probably think it's a struggle to make money. You instead put your energy into making excuses about not having enough money, instead of put your energy into how to make it. You probably think you have to go to a job and receive a paycheck. And when that paycheck runs out, you don't have enough money. So most people don't understand money and they don't know how to make money. And it's not taught in elementary school, junior high, high school, and sometimes not even in college. You can get all the way to 24 years old with a degree and have no idea about money because people don't teach about it. That doesn't mean, well, they don't teach about it in school, but there are people that teach about it. So you have to be your own curriculum creator. Okay, I'm going to learn about money. I'm going to go on TED Talks and learn about money. I'm going to go on YouTube and listen to people talk about money. You have to master making money. You have to allow it to come to you. You have to accept it. You have to keep it when you get it. You have to know what to do when you have it. You didn't learn math just by standing in class. You had to crack open a book and start working on problems and learn new techniques. It's the same with money. You will not just learn how to make money and become a millionaire by yourself, just standing there. There's a reason why people who win the lottery end up broke again within a couple of years, because they don't know about money. They don't understand money. They don't know how to keep it. They don't know how to grow it. They don't know how to save it. They don't understand the energy of money, and they end up back where they were before they won $20 million. They're broke again. So it's because they don't understand money, right? So let's get clear. What are you going to do to start learning more about money? Read books, watch YouTube videos about money from people who make it, how to make money. Listen to videos about it, read books, listen to podcasts, listen to TED Talks, and spend the next year studying how to make money. And then in a year from now, you're going to know a hell of a lot more about money, aren't you? You only don't know about it because you haven't spent any time or energy invested in it. You've probably spent more time playing on Facebook. Right? What's this? Where you bring in your money, honey. Morgana Ray has a cool way where you bring in your money, honey. So go on Facebook and ask questions. Go in money groups and say, what books do you recommend for how to learn about making money? I'll tell you a couple things about rich people. We make money having multiple streams of income. Various streams of income. We don't get rich by having a day job where there's a limited cap on how much you can make. Okay, let's say you get paid $500 a week. And, that's how much you get paid. There's no higher to go. So you only make $500 a week. You're not getting rich that way. If your bills are $400 and you only have $100 left, you're not getting rich that way, right? So some people think, oh my God, I need 2 of these jobs where I make $500 a week. I need 2 of these jobs. I'm going to work one from 7 a.m. to 3, and then I'll work another one from 4 to 10. And now I'm going to have $1,000 a week. But that's as high as you can go. That's it. There's no higher way. But now you've made double the money. Well, there are so many other ways to make money. So many other ways to make money where you don't even have to be at a job working to make that money. Like right now, you're putting in all your time and energy into making these two jobs. You got to work for somebody else for 8 hours here and 8 hours over here. Sometimes people you hate, and you're doing a job you don't even want to do. It's sucking the life out of you, and you're just trying to do it to survive. This is not the way you have to go through life. You're choosing that because you don't know any other way. But there are other ways. There are so many other ways. Okay? There's so many other ways. And now it's your job to research what are the other ways of making money. How do people get rich? How can I make a lot of money? What are all the different ways I could make money? It's going to come from a lot of sometimes passive income. You're going to make some money and invest it. Maybe real estate. Maybe you have an online business. Maybe you have there's a book called Digital Millionaire. Let me teach you something. There's a book called Digital Millionaire by Dan Henry. He's made tens of millions of dollars by creating online courses. Here's an example. I have to find the right example. Okay, here's an example. Let's say I'm really good at putting on makeup. I'm not, but let's say I am. And I am a makeup artist. Let's say I'm a makeup artist. And I do makeup on a person's face. And I take pictures of that and I put it on my Instagram. And they pay me to put makeup on their face. Well, I'm only going to get paid that one time to put makeup on that person's face. And then I won't make any money again until I have someone else hire me to put makeup on their face. So now I'm doing one person, that takes 2 hours, and I do another person, that's another 2 hours. I don't have any money again. I need someone else. I need a third person, that takes 2 hours. Okay, I can only make as much money as the amount of people I can put makeup on their face. But what if I created an online course that teaches you how to put makeup on your face? And in that online course, I teach you the techniques for putting on makeup, how to put on fake eyelashes, how to get your contouring right and your shading right. And I put that in a course. I can sell that course to every single woman that wants to learn how to put on makeup. There's 4 billion women. I could never put the makeup on 4 billion women personally, manually. There's only so much you can do manually. But when you teach someone how to do something you know, you can scale it. It's called scaling it. So I can shoot videos of me showing you how to contour my eyes and showing me how to get the right lips and how to make things look this and that and the other and how to do things. Maybe I have some special techniques. I know how to do that, and I put that in a video and I put that on a course on Teachable. And then I market my course. I create a Facebook ad or a webinar. I teach people, hey, if you buy this course, I'm going to teach you how to do what I'm an expert at. And you want to know how to do this because you don't know how to do your makeup and you were looking for something like this because you want to watch an easy video that you can just pause. Okay, I do this, and I pause, and then I do that. Look at this. It's so easy. This video, I pause. How do I put those eyelashes? Oh, I see how she does that. Hold it there. The key is to put, okay. Oh, and then I look, and now I've learned from someone who knows how to do it. If I sat in their chair, it would take 2 hours. They would do it for me, and I would look at it and be like, perfect. But I can't go sit in her chair every single day and pay $150 every day for her to do my makeup. So I'm going to buy her course for $50. I'm going to buy her course for $50 or $100. Or what does it cost to be in her chair? $150? $150. Now I have that course. I don't have to go see her every single day. I can watch the course every day and practice until I get good at it. I don't even need the course. I got this. Now, the person selling the course can sell 1 million courses. She can't do 1 million lipsticks, 1 million faces. But she can sell, yes, Brittany, we'll save it. She can sell 1 million courses. Can't she? Can't you? The key to making money in the digital space is, what are you an expert at? What are you so fucking good at that you know how to do it in your sleep? You do it better than anybody else. Create a course of you doing that thing. Maybe you ice skate. Maybe you make banana bread. Maybe you're a fitness expert. Don't say, oh, there's too many fitness experts. Doesn't matter. You are you, and the way you express yourself is your way. Maybe you are a fantastic artist, drawer. Maybe you make ceramic. Maybe you know how to cook something. Maybe you know how to build. Maybe you're a mechanic and you know how to put together an engine. Maybe you know how to build a hearing aid. I don't know what you know how to do. Whatever you know how to do really, really, really well, create a course teaching people how to do that and sell the course. That's how you make more money. Then that course is selling when you're not even there. You're in the pool swimming. But you put the work into the course. You also put the years and years and years of knowledge that you gained that makes you an expert at what you do. Right? Does that make sense? If you know how to change, if you know how to build change an engine, spark plug. I don't know what these things are called. I would not be making a video about car parts. I don't know. But let's say you are really good at gymnastics, or you're good at singing or editing videos, or, you know, needle pointing or crocheting, or, you know, lifting weights or building muscle in this one arm, or whatever it is that you do really, really well, that you're good at. Create a video course, record yourself and teach the people what you know. Get it online and sell it. That's how you'll make more money, okay? And you don't only have to do one course. You can sell 10 courses. Are there 10 things you know how to do? Basketball, you know how to get it? You know how to do a 3-point layup every single time? I don't know. Create a video. It's hard to start a page. Who cares if it's hard to start? So what? So what? So what? Life's hard. Get over it. Everything. It's hard. It's hard because you're starting from scratch. Maybe you don't know. So surround yourself with people who know how to do that. That means you probably need to buy a course to teach you how to create a course. But once you do that and you know how to create a course, like listen, I created my Hollywood Winner's Circle course because the information in that, I know how to get an actor on television from scratch. I know exactly the process. I know it inside and out. So I created a course teaching that. I sell that course. It helps the actor. They get on television. I earn a living teaching what I know most in the world. How do I do millions of dollars in business? That's how. And that's just one of my courses, right? So you have to take a look at your life and think, what am I an expert at? Write them down. I'll do it with you. Okay? I'm here to help you guys. Let me write it down. I'm an expert at building a YouTube channel. I have 100,000 followers. Could I create a course on how to build a YouTube channel with 100,000 followers? Yes or no? Am I good at that? Could I do that? Yes, I could create a course. Are there people out there who want to know how to build a YouTube channel with 100,000 followers? Right? Do I make money off my YouTube channel? Yes. Do I talk about what I love? Do I help people with it? Am I talking about what I'm most passionate about? What matters to me the most? Yes. Helping actors and artists become their fullest expression of themselves, including me. I get to talk about that every single day and make a living doing what I love. I talk about it in my Winner's Circle course, in the Tmfa, on my YouTube channel, on Instagram. I live the most important thing to me, helping other people become the fullest version of themselves so they can live in their full authenticity. That is the most important thing in my world, my life. That's the purpose of my life, and I make a living doing it. You got to do the thing you're most passionate about, though. You can't create a channel talking about how to create the grooves in a record if you don't give a shit, you know? So you got to figure out, what do you really love? And that's why I asked this question in Tmfa a couple weeks ago, because there's information to follow. I asked you, what could you speak about for an hour? Because you're passionate about it. And everybody made a list of everything, all the things they could speak about. That's what you create your course on. That's what you create your course on. Okay, so what could I do? I know how to create an Instagram channel with 37,000 followers. No, 45,000 followers. Can I create an IG with 45,000 followers? Yes, I can. I know how to create a Facebook group with 79,000 members. Facebook, how to create a Facebook group with 79,000 members. I know how to create an online course that helps actors become working actors. And I have 3,000 people taking that course, and I've made almost $2 million on that course. Okay. So what can I teach about? Can I teach about weight loss? No, not right now. Not with all this weight. So that's not something I'm going to teach about. But I could make 4 courses, right? Which I have. So how to become good, JJ. This should trigger you. This should trigger you. What are you good at? Make a course about it. That's how you get rich. The online space is not ending. The online education space is like an $82 billion business. They're expecting it to be a $144 billion business by 2029 or something like that. It's only going like this. So this is the time to sit down and think, okay, well, what am I good at? Now, when I first started, I did not know how to make a YouTube channel. I could teach you a course now about how to have a successful YouTube channel. I'll tell you exactly what I did. I know exactly what I did because I did it, right? So I know how to give good content. I know you got to speak authentically from the heart. You got to be passionate about what you speak about. You need to upload content you care about and be genuinely you. Be genuinely you. Don't give what people you think they want. No, be yourself. Talk about what you're passionate about it. Create your YouTube channel around your biggest passion because your passion will come through. So that's how you build a YouTube channel. Now I can show people step by step how to set it up, how to create your banner, how to make your videos listed or unlisted, how to monetize them, how to create ads to get people to your YouTube channel. Like there's so many things that you need to do that I can teach because I'm an expert at it and I know how to do it, right? And so I can make money that way. It doesn't mean I'm going to teach each person one at a time how to set up a YouTube channel. That's the least effective way of making money. That makes sense to everybody? Think about your thing. So how to build an Instagram following. Okay, how about how to build a Facebook group with 79,000 people in it? You know how? Give content that helps people. Well, it's got to be about the thing you care about the most, though. I'm not going to create a Facebook channel on yoga. I've never even done yoga. So I'm not a yoga expert. I'm not creating a course on yoga. I am not, Wendy, you are not, I see. Okay, I'm going to come to you. Wendy, where do you live? I'm going to come to your house and teach you the technology that you need to get the things you need set up to help you work your business better. And you are one of the sexiest, hottest women I know. In fact, if I was a man, woman, I would ask you to marry me. But I don't swing on that tree. Just telling you. You are so sexy, so beautiful, so vibrant, so funny, so loving, so your sound of your voice, your beautiful face, your energy, everything about you is beautiful, Wendy. Seriously. It's amazing how we don't see ourselves. We don't see how brilliant and magnificent we are. Huh. Instagram. Okay, now how do you create your own course? Okay, so how did I create my first YouTube channel? I didn't know what I was doing. No idea. No idea. My friend Donald had I didn't know how to create an ebook and sell it on digital commerce. I had to figure that out. I watched YouTube videos. I asked other people. I called other people who were already doing it. How do you do it? Can I pay you to show me how to do this? Donald said to me, just get started. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get started. I started my YouTube channel, sitting in my office, saying what I said. How did I say? Why did he decide I could do it that way? Because Amy Jo Berman was doing it that way. Amy Jo Berman was sitting in her house, just talking to the camera, saying what she knows. I'm like, that's how I'm going to do it. I don't have a full camera crew. I'm not going to make these splashy, fancy graphics and all this shit. I'm just going to say what I have to say. I know what you need to know. Here's what you need to know. And I was doing it with no makeup on, though. My husband came in and said, you're going to have to put makeup on. These videos live like forever. I'm like, but I just, no. He said, put some makeup on. And really, you know, I said, okay. So I shot one video with no makeup and the rest had makeup on, I think. Bare one or two. But I just said what I had to say. Over time, I learned how to do those thumbnails. I think years in, I learned how to do thumbnails. I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, so I just didn't bother. I just kept showing up and sharing my truth, sharing the truth about the business, sharing content. Followers come. I'm telling the truth. I'm helping people. You've got to do something you're really passionate about, that you really care about, and really want to help people learn. Okay, it has to be authentic. You can't be doing it to make the money. You have to do it because you love it and you want to. The money comes as a secondary thing. It shows up because you're doing what you love and what you're meant to do, okay? That's how it flows to you. So figure it out. Everybody in the chat, please write down what you're so passionate about. Something you could talk for hours about. And it's interesting. Here's another way to figure it out. Someone said to me one time, if you were at a conference and it's so interesting. I was not teaching like I do now to the level I am. I was managing. But someone said to me, if you were at a conference and every table, there was a huge banquet and there were hundreds and hundreds of people in there and they were all sitting at different tables having these really impassioned conversations. And they were about every subject on earth. Which table would you be at? And I said, the education table. I'm interested in science, but I wouldn't be at that table. And math, I surely wouldn't be at that table. So many tables I would not be at. One I know for sure I would be at, the education table. And I said that 10 years ago. Wasn't even doing Hollywood Winter Circle Academy. And now I run an online education school. I've always coached. I used to teach singing lessons. On the weekends, I teach acting class. I taught acting in La Cañada GATE program at the high school, the junior high school, and all four of our community's elementary schools. I also taught in the community centers. I teach acting all around the world, at showcase, at schools, at universities. I teach the business. I teach. The only table I'm interested at is the education table. Because education to me means everything, right? What you learn can change your life. So write down in this chat, what one thing could you talk about? Writing nonfiction. All right. Writing short films, artistry, martial arts, tap dancing, Greek mythology. Well, I went to the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, Zach. You asked me 55 times. I went to it. Yeah, you're learning. It's one of the places you learn. Go learn there and then go learn someplace else. Some people, mental health, dance, historical interpretation. Okay. What other things do you really, really, really love? Whatever you can, empowering women. Great. Great, Lynn. Are we having dinner tonight or is that tomorrow night, Lynn? I miss you. I don't know my phone. What can you just tell me? Is it tonight or tomorrow night? I wish it was tonight. I don't know. Anyway, probably tomorrow night. I don't know. Is it tonight? Photography, technology, comic books. Tonight, Isabella. She's answering for you. Yes, I hope it is. Designing tomorrow night. It's tomorrow night. That's good too. Is it lunch or dinner? I don't know. We'll talk after this. Designing t-shirts, video games. Why didn't I suggest taking my course right from the start? I have recently started taking classes and want you to take your course, but I don't know if it's the right time. Of course it's the right time. Oh my God. Jealous. Monty, if you were here, you could go to dinner too. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you to take my course right from the start. I will tell you, I think every actor should take it right from the start because the very first thing you do is get into acting classes, and I'm going to make sure you take the right ones. You don't want to learn the wrong things and then have some other teacher has to correct all the bad things you learned. You need to train with the right people. That's why I'm telling you right now, go train with Hood School of Acting. I can tell you right now, she's fantastic and will teach you Meisner better than anyone. So there's a tip for you right there. And then the next thing is when you get your headshots, don't go shoot headshots. Don't just go shoot them. I always say, take my course before you do that. I swear, I'll promise you that'll save you $500 right there. Because everybody's headshots, when they first go take them, they pose. They pose. That's not acting. Acting is feeling emotions. And you have to go into that session with a board of exactly the types of roles you're going to play, what kind of outfits you're going to wear, what kind of emotions you're going to use and attitudes, and then have some sentences written down that you then say while you're there so that your eyes are thinking thoughts when you take the pictures. And you have to learn how to do that. Otherwise, whatever money you spend on headshots, you can just go throw it in the trash right now because you won't be able to use those pictures for TV and film. True. So do I say actors should take my course before they do anything else? Yes. Like, oh my God, yes. Because the next thing you have to do is get your clips together. And you don't have no idea the difference between acting clips and demo reels. And when you start out, you don't even need a demo reel. I'm creating a course right now called How to Get an Agent Without a Demo Reel. Because you do not need an entire demo reel to get signed to an agent or manager. Okay? We don't need the whole reel. There are so many other ways. So do I suggest more than 10 shots in one appointment? So the course applies to actors all over the world. It doesn't matter what city or state or country you are in. The techniques are the same. Where did I get these? I got these at a place called Louisa, Louisa. Louisa. They have great earrings there. I bought a whole bunch of them that day. These are so awesome. If you give me your email address, email Wendy Alane Wright, Wendy Alane, what's my email address? WAW Entertainment, WAW Entertainment at yahoo.com. Mia, if you email me and tell me your name and ask me about these earrings and give me your address, I'll send you, I'll go get you a pair and send them to you. Do I have advice for preteens getting into acting? It's the same thing. Start with acting classes. Make sure you're taking them from reputable teachers, strong teachers. You know, we give a list out in the HWC, 65 reputable teachers. Start taking free classes with them and see which ones you feel excited about. That's what you need to do. And then your acting classes, you take many different ones: scene study, character, improv, on-camera techniques, audition techniques, like this, how to tell a story in this box, improv, commercial technique. Okay, and then you have to learn how to set up no, kids can't take this class, Melody, it's for adults. But I do have some adults that attend with their teenagers. Because every week, we have live sessions all day on Friday, and the kid and their parents are there, right? Sometimes the teen's there by themselves, the parents in the house somewhere. It's a very loving and supportive community. We're not trying to harm anybody. Teresa Rolls. Dealing with multiple attitudes and coping techniques. There you go, girl. Imagine how many teachers or parents need that information. You could create a whole course on that. You love to teach acting, mental and personal development. Fantastic. So create a course around self-esteem and confidence. Okay, back to what I'm saying. And then I'm going to go in about 15 minutes. Because I'm hungry, I haven't had lunch, I want to go see a movie, and I want to watch what you guys do, actually on the big screen. So make a list of things you're extremely, extremely passionate about. And then it's going to be time to figure out I'm going to actually create a course to teach people how to create a course. There it is. I know how to create a course. I know how to create a very successful course. I could make a course teaching people how to create courses. All right, that's another course I'll create. Add that down on my list of courses to create. How to create a course. Yeah, because I'm an expert at that. I know how to create a course. I know how to create a successful course that helps people and makes a lot of money. Win-win. I win, they win, we all win. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 courses, right? The more courses you have, the more money you have. There's no cap on it. It's not like you go to work from 9 to 5 and you can't make any more than your paycheck. Teach something. You know, when they come up with a pill for women to lose weight, I can promise you, pop that pill, lose that weight. Woo, that person's going to make a lot of money. I just got authored on an acting book called Get That Acting Job, if you don't mind. I could send you a manuscript to read. What do you mean I got authored? Authored on a book. I don't know what that means. All right, let me read over here. How do you start working in commercials? First, learn how to act in commercials. The first answer is always learn to do the thing you're talking about doing. Okay, when I started my online course, I read so many books on online courses. I took courses on how to take courses. I read books on how to make courses. I watched YouTube videos about how to make courses. I paid $8,000 to learn how to make a course. I paid $2,000 to another course guy to learn everything about this and that. So I invested $10,000 of my money into making courses. But right away in the beginning, I didn't invest that money until after I started making money from my course. So at first I was watching free videos on YouTube, reading books, and copying what other people were doing and bringing people in to help me do it. And I got my first course going. And then when I started making money, then I invested my money into bigger training to learn more things and make it an even better course and a better course and a better course, right? And now we hire people with my company to take it to the next level, to bring it to more people, to help more people with the course. So you're always growing your business. And I'm always learning as I go. And I don't get it right all the time. I make big mistakes sometimes, but I learn from those mistakes and keep going. The key to success is you just don't quit. You will make mistakes. I've made tons of mistakes. Oh my God. But I just keep going and learn from them. And that's why I'm successful. And so can you. Is it good to take acting class if you have social anxiety? Well, I think you should probably get some therapy on the social anxiety. And yes, take acting classes, but you gotta learn some. I'm not a therapist, so I'm not gonna guide you on that. You should see a therapist about it and talk to a medical expert, because I'm not a social anxiety expert. That's not one of my courses I could teach about. I would say talk to people who are experts in that field, find out if that would be helpful or beneficial, work on some other, whatever methods you can on reducing that social anxiety. Look up experts who are doing TED Talks on it or YouTube videos on it or read books on it. But you have to become an expert at dealing with your social anxiety and learn what the best way to go about handling that is, because I'm not good at that. Hey, Wendy, what accents are essential for me to know out in the beginning? I'm from London. American accent. Is a German accent when I speak English, is it bad? A German accent is fine if you're playing a character that speaks with a German accent. If you're going to play an American character that does not speak with a German accent, you need to learn the American accent and then learn the British accent. Jenna Fisher book, yeah. Joaquin Phoenix's social anxiety. Anything is possible. Of course, anything's impossible. Anyone recommends me to create social media accounts and all that, but I want to stay away from social media. I really just like to show other people what I'm doing. Don't create social media accounts. No one has a gun to your head. You don't have to create social media accounts if you don't want to show people what you're doing. Why do you have to create social media accounts if you don't want to? Don't. Can you put pre-recorded online classes you took on your resume? No. Because you said directors and agents look at if you train with respected people. Trained means, Charlie, you took the class, you did the acting work, they critiqued your work, you did it again, and they're training you how to do it. It doesn't mean watching other people do what they've been trained to do. Whenever you're watching someone else do what they've been trained to do, that's not you being trained to do it. That's them showing you what they know. That does not go on your resume. Only when you're in class and you're learning how to do it yourself and you're doing it and they're coaching you, that's training. And that goes on your resume. Can I start even when I'm 5 months pregnant? Of course. Do you know how much information you're going to have to go through and learn? You know how much you're going to have to do? It's like the course takes a year to go through. And you will review it again and do parts of that course in the second year. You'll be doing some of it in the third year. It's a course that really walks you through the next 3 years of your acting career. It walks you step by step through everything you need to do. You're not going to become, for any of you kids watching on YouTube, if some of you are watching, there's no overnight success story. My course doesn't make you famous overnight. So if that's what you think it is, don't buy it. That's not what's going to happen. That's not how it works. All right. The course teaches you, what's the first step I take? How do I do that? Where do I do that? Who do I do it with? Got it. Next. What's the next step I take? Headshots. Okay. How do I take them? Who do I take them with? What do I do in those sessions? Which headshots? How do I get good headshots? Okay. Third, setting my online profiles up. How do I do that? What's the right way to do that? What is on my profile now that shouldn't be? It's got to go. It's causing me not to get auditions. What should I put on there to help me get more auditions? What is missing on my profile? What needs to be on there? Let me do all that. Good. Next. Acting clips. How do I create them? What material do I use to create them? Who do I shoot them with? Where do I put them? Which ones are good? Which ones are bad? Are these clips good? Are these clips bad? These I should take down? Okay. These I should put up? Okay. Next, how do I get an agent? Well, what agents do you want to get? Let's create that list. Then what's your cover letter? Do you know how to write one? What kind of cover letter are agents going to look at and go, ridiculous? Or what kind of cover letter are they going to look at and go, oh, this is interesting. Let me look at this actor's work. You better know what to say in that cover letter if you want them to look at your work. So, because they throw most of them out. So they got to look at your work. You need to know how to write a cover letter. Then what do you say in an agent meeting or a Zoom call with an agent? What should you not say? What should you say? What kind of questions should you ask? What do they expect from you? You don't know that if you're not an agent and you haven't spoken to one. Why don't you learn from an agent and a manager who knows how to do that, right? That's like, duh. All right. Then you think, then what's next? I sign with that agent. Okay, what's expected of me? What do I have? How do I have a good relationship with them? How do I communicate with them? What do they need from me? What do these contracts mean? What do I sign? What shouldn't I sign? I got my first acting job. What do I do? How do I show up on set? What's expected on a set? Who are the people on set? How does this all work? When do I get paid? How do I get paid? Who pays me? How often do I get paid? How much do I keep? How much goes to taxes? How much does the agent earn? How do I get publicity for all that I'm doing? I want to set up social media, but what do I do? What do I put on my social media? It goes on and on and on and on and on. When you're a working actor, there's so much coming up that you don't know. How do I audition? Who should I train with? Who should I get audition coaching with? How do I know these people are legit? Is this good? Does this work? Should this be on my stuff? You need someone to walk you step by step through all of that. If you have that kind of interference in your career early on, you're going to be so much more successful. Because when you move to LA and you don't know anybody and you don't know who knows what, and you don't know if what they're saying is right or they're saying is right, you don't know if you should do that or do this and take that class or that, which agent is reputable, or what should I do? That's a terrible way to build a business, to build an acting career. That doesn't help you. That's not going to make you successful. That can waste years of your time. I'm telling 5-10 years you can waste like that. I really don't want it. That breaks my heart. Life is your dream. Oh my God. You can't afford to waste 10 years of your life because you didn't know what to do. You cannot afford to waste 10 years of your life because you don't know what to do. And I always think of it like the course is $749. I'm going to waste 10 years of my life so I can save $749. Think about it. You know, I would talk to actors who've been here 6-7 years. They still don't have an agent or manager. I look at their materials and I go, well, I'll tell you why. This clip doesn't start on you. These headshots aren't strong enough. Your resume is completely formatted wrong. You don't have any idea oh my God, there's so many reasons. Why waste 10 years of your life? If you break it down to $158 a month, 6 payments, $158 a month, you're wasting 10 years of your life to save $158 for a couple of months? Not very bright. Not very bright. And you know, some people are not very bright. It's all there is to it. And you can be, I remember, I mean, I can't tell you how many actors I've seen come to LA and didn't get where they wanted to go. They came to Hollywood. They came to the big city. They're going to be a star. Never get an agent, never get a manager, never book something on TV or film. Or they come to Hollywood, they get an agent, they don't book anything on TV. 5 years go by, they're still not on TV. They've had 4 headshot sessions, so they've wasted $2,000 on headshots. 4 or 5 years older. They've gotten more discouraged. They're starting to lose their belief in their dream. They no longer think they're capable of it. They quit and go back to Missouri and get a day job. It happens to 95% of actors that come to Hollywood to make it. It's the truth. So I promise you, if you don't want to do that and you want to actually have the right information right off the bat, have someone that really works with you every week, teaches you what's going on, you have other actors teaching you, and people are working around you, start to see people people are getting on TV. Like right now in the Winter Circle, we had people on Umbrella Academy, Blue Bloods, Chicago Fire, FBI. They're starring in movies. They're on TV all the time. They're in commercials for the first time, lead roles in films. If they weren't taking my course, they'd be wandering around like you guys are, not knowing what you're doing. The question is, how many years are you going to choose to wander around not knowing what you're doing? It's your career. For me personally, that would never happen. Because when I need to know how something works, I go figure it out. And I go get help. And I don't try to do it all myself. I get assistance because I really want to get where I want to go. I'm not just talking about it. Maybe I'll be a singer. Oh, no. I'm going to be a professional singer. Mark my words. So now here we are. I've sung on 65 CDs. I've had several hit records. I've had tons of money from my music career. I've traveled all around the world. I overcame my fear. I sang with all my heart and soul for some of the most incredible people in the world. I sang with people you don't know, because when I used to sing, it was years ago, Nell Carter, Raquel Welch, Edward James Olmos. I've sang at benefits and concerts and shows and festivals. Gregory Hines. I've sung with Michael McDonald. I've sung with Little Richard and Solomon Burke and Candy Dolfer. And I've sung with like all these people that mean the world to me. I've already lived my dream of being a singer. You want to live yours? Get with someone who knows how to make it happen. Stop listening to the people around you who are not on TV because they don't know how to get you there. Oh, Wendy, it did. I know, my mom. So special. How do you combat laziness? Mel, you're funny. There's always new idiots that come my way. Let's say combat laziness. Just get in there and do it. The only way that you can, I love and appreciate you too, sweetie. The only way that you can get over laziness is do the thing you're being lazy about. There's no magic bullet to becoming a success. Like if you say, I have a hard time putting on lipstick, I'm lazy about it. Well, the only way this lipstick's getting on here is if you put it on. So you can sit in your story about I'm lazy for another 5 years. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy. Or you can start create a new sentence. I put on lipstick every day. And that's your new thought. Put that shit on and build a new thought around it. Build a new thought around it, because the thought you have around it now is I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Change it. I'm proactive. I take action. Whatever you're struggling with, create the opposite sentence and say that to yourself all day, every day. You have to create a new thought about that thing. All right, I'm tired. I've talked long enough. I hope that I've been helpful. I'm excited that I got to share a lot of empowering ideas and thought processes with you, and I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm super excited for your life. I'm super excited for your journey. And, I hope I see you in the Winner Circle, because I can help you get there faster than you ever could get on your own. But if I never see you there, I still wish you success and happiness and light. And I hope that you come from love and learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself, because you are one of a kind, and you are an amazing creation that will never be created again. Ever. Like, it's you. It's it right now. It will never be created again. Wow, how incredible that is. If you let yourself think about that, how important, how precious that is. It's like you're the rarest, most beautiful diamond in the world, and that diamond will never exist again. And you're walking around with all that greatness on a daily basis. And a lot of you are saying, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. But it's the most brilliant creation. It's never going to be created again. It is sheer incredible magnificence that oh my God, it's one of a kind creation, never to be created again. Of course it's good enough. It's everything. You're everything. You're everything. And I hope you get that. I love you. I'll see you later. Have a beautiful day. God bless you. Do good things. Stay close, because if you stay clear, oh, thanks, Anna. You're damn right. I need some water. Oh, I can hear. I'm starting to live. I hope I see you guys again in another live. It's been a pleasure spending my Saturday with you guys. Stay close to me, because I'm only going to build you up. I'm only going to push you further. I'm only going to care about you more. I'm only going to want you to be successful. I'm only going to push you past your limits, push you past your comfort zone, and help you become more of who you are. That's all I'm going to do. So get as close to me as you can, because your life will depend on it. See you when I see you. Love you so much. Wish you great success. Have a beautiful weekend.